Good evening and welcome to CMH Field. That's where you can find us tonight. Once again, the Astoria Fishermen at home. And, well, I'm not going to say that it's as gorgeous as it was last week, but we're still looking at some pretty gorgeous fall weather for football. Good evening. I'm Rob Kovach, joined in the booth by Bob Wilkie. And, Bob, welcome once again to CMH Field and another exciting game.
Thanks for having me on, Rob.
And, of course, last week, just a quick recap, not to drive that dagger a little deeper, a tough one for the Astoria Fishermen, and no matter who walked out of here last week with the loss, it was going to be a tough one as the Bulldogs ended up losing the lead with just seconds to go. And on a great play, heads-up play by the Bulldogs, North Bend was able to get the lateral with just seconds left on the clock.
Yeah.
And, Coach Rube talked a little bit about that in the Rube Report just a few minutes ago or a little while ago. It was one of those things where, it happens. Sometimes it just... the old expression, it happens, and it was kind of one of those scenarios. The Fishermen were concentrated on bringing down the ball carrier, and a great heady play. He looks up, sees what he's got, and, if you're the North Bend Bulldogs and you're that player, there's seconds literally ticking away.
You got to keep the play alive.
Why not try it?
Yep.
What do you got to lose at this point?
Exactly.
The game?
Yep.
So what?
Yeah.
What do you get to gain? The game.
The game.
And they did. So, the big key to that, of course, last week's finish is, what does that mean for the Fishermen? How do they come into this game? Are they going to be down? Are they going to be off their game? Are they going to be still, putting ice on the old wound that is last week's game? Or did they bounce back? And I can honestly say this, at least talking to Rube earlier in the week and, kind of contemplating a little bit of that loss. I didn't want to rub too much salt in the wound. It was still a little fresh. I think Rube's he might be feeling the sting of that a little more than the players in the sounds of things. It sounds like they've bounced back. And, hey, look, these are non-league games. Ultimately, in the grand scheme of things, that loss, that fluke play, that last few seconds.
You learn from it, you grow, and you don't do it again.
And it doesn't count.
You think they're going to watch for the lateral next time?
They might be watching for the lateral next time. That might be a lesson learned kind of a situation.
Exactly.
But in all honesty, the Fishermen did a great job of getting themselves in the game, staying in the game, and competing entirely through the thing.
And we watched it. They came back and they had a shot to go with 2 seconds left on the clock. They were 30 yards out. They marched it all the way back when everyone else had already, even including the referees, called the game dead. And they still played right up to the last minute.
They still had a chance after the onside kick attempt to close out the game by the Bulldogs.
Yeah.
It went out of bounds, penalty. Fishermen get it in their territory and still have a Hail Mary opportunity. So, the Fishermen are doing a great job to try to stay alive this season already in the first game. And we'll see how they bounce back. And, of course, the important part is it doesn't matter. It's a non-league game. So it's, get better this week. Pay attention, add a few things. And, special teams is one of those things. Sometimes the fluke plays, the trick plays, the special teams suffer early in the season because you're focused so much on the offense and the defense and some of those things that sometimes those things just don't quite translate. And that's fine. It's what as we call it in high school, the preseason non-league, get ready for the league games are for. And Rube mentioned it in the Rube Report. They schedule on purpose tougher games, and Rube doesn't really care. Yeah, he wants to win the games. But if you go 0 in the non-league games, as long as you competed, played hard, got tougher, got better, then when it comes time for league plays, 3 out of the 5 could get you into the playoffs.
Exactly.
So the Fishermen will be looking to do that as we are looking forward to a good contest today. It is the Stayton Eagles. We can put the North Bend Bulldogs in the rearview mirror indeed. They took on Philomath, the Eagles did, and came away with a 52-27 victory. We've got some starters hopefully to look at as the cheer team is announced, and some of the starters are announced here at the field. I will say at halftime today it's going to be a little bit extended as the dance team is getting their championship rings.
That's awesome.
That's very cool. And back-to-back championship rings. So we had the luxury of talking to a few of the girls and Coach Emily Madsen, and we'll be doing that coming up in this pregame and at halftime. So we're going to take a quick time out, and we'll come back and check in with the dance team members, graduated members, but they were nice enough to stop into the studio and hang out with us, and we'll be checking in with them throughout tonight's game, once again in pregame and at halftime, and we'll break down as we get started for tonight's game. Fishermen Eagles coming up right here on ESPN 106.3.
Let us show you how we've earned over 98% customer satisfaction. Find us at 1227 Commercial Street in Astoria by phone at 503-325-4116 or apply online at nwlendinggroup.com.
Northwest Lending Group is an equal housing lender. NMLS 1469420. NRP 891.
Stay ready for your future with Classic Community College. Take college-level classes at CCC while still in high school and transfer them to a university when you're ready. Or take technical education classes to develop your skills to be prepared for in-demand jobs in the region. Classic Community College can help you be ready for your future. Contact the admissions office or check out classiccc.edu for more information on all the programs that transfer
Options available. Start here, go anywhere with Clatsop Community College.
Are you currently in the market for a new car, truck, or SUV? Then look no further than Dane Gouge's Astoria Ford. With hundreds of makes and models to choose from, you're bound to find something you want, including the Ford F-150, best-selling truck in America, 47 years running. Stop by Dane Gouge's Astoria Ford today and take a test drive and find that new vehicle you have always wanted. Whether you're buying, selling, or trading, you always get the best deal at Dane Gouge's Astoria Ford, 1809 Ensign Lane across from Costco Gas, or visit them online at AstoriaFord.net.
Joe's Mobile. Fuel, diesel, groceries, snacks, beer, propane, hunting and fishing licenses, firewood, and so much more. 1701 Marine Drive in Astoria. Coming in, going out, or passing through Astoria, Joe's Mobile is your one stop where the people are friendly and the store is stocked with everything you need. All debit, EBT, and credit accepted. Joe's Mobile. Mobile Synergy Fuel and Diesel. Pump your own 24 hours a day at Joe's Mobile. Wait for it.
At Joe's Mobile.
Seaside Outlets. Over 100,000 square feet of savings and shopping. Great food for every member of your family. Featuring great names in retail like Nike, Eddie Bauer, Pendleton, Bath & Body Works, Rack Room Shoes, Rue 21, and Carter's. And it's all just a few blocks from the beach. Plus, there's no sales tax.
Seaside Outlets, 1111 North Roosevelt Highway 101 and 12th Avenue. Visit seasideoutlets.com.
You're listening to Astoria High School Sports on 106.3 ESPN Radio.
Welcome back here to CMH Field, and here at CMH Field, Fishermen and Eagles getting ready to go. Another exciting night here as we get set to roll. The Fishermen and Eagles battling at CMH Field. The Fishermen at home, the Stayton Eagles coming off a big win. The Fishermen coming off a disappointing loss, and a quick gander through the Coapa League. It's week 0. Not a lot of teams played, but some of the teams played. I mean, if you look at the standings are a little bit different here. The rankings,
it's a whole lot of
1 and
ones
2, yeah,
and a whole lot of 9s.
They're not ranking teams anymore necessarily by preseason rankings. They're using games played. So you can't start at number 1 and not leave number 1 because that's where they put you at number 1, and so you can't leave even if you got to get there.
That's right.
Kind of a thing. So we'll see how this new ranking system works out overall, but in the Coapa League, it is made up of Scappoose, Tillamook, Astoria, Seaside, Gladstone, Riverdale, and St. Helens. And playing no games in the week 0, St. Helens and Gladstone, Riverdale. It was Scappoose and Tillamook picking up victories. Astoria and Seaside falling in week 0. And the Coapa League, as far as the league goes, 0-0. So it's pretty much where things stand. And, of course, Seaside and Astoria in the number 2, tied for second 9 ways. And Scappoose and Tillamook at number 1, tied for 10 or 9 ways there. So it's just what that is. And as the time ticks away, we're getting ready for kickoff here between the Fishermen and the Stayton Eagles. They have traveled to play here at CMH Field, and we're going to get to that. But we do want to check in. We got a couple of the girls and the coach of the dance team that we'll check in with next right here on ESPN 106.3.
Season is just around the corner, so quit running errands and start running for fun with North Coast Runners in Astoria. Stop in for nutrition on the go, info on local running groups, recommendations on where to run on the North Coast, and of course, all the gear you need, including being your Lululemon destination on the coast. Whether you're in Seaside, Napa, Astoria, Warrenton, or anywhere in between, North Coast Runners supports student athletes with available discounts. Check out northcoastrunners.com for more. Lace up and don't stop.
Hi, folks. These sports teams that we follow pride themselves on a long tradition of excellence. The same goes for the place you choose for your home loan. Northwest Lending Group is one of the longest continually operating mortgage lenders in Clatsop County. We've been here over 20 years. I invite you to give us a try. Let us show you how we've earned over 98% customer satisfaction rating. Find us at 1227 Commercial Street in Astoria, by phone at 503-325-4116.
Northwest Lending Group is an equal housing lender. NMLS 1469420, ML2891.
Be ready for your future with Clatsop Community College. Take college-level classes. Classes to develop your skills to be prepared for in-demand jobs in the region. Clatsop Community College can help you be ready for your future. Contact the admissions office or check out clatsopcc.edu for more information on all the programs and transfer options available. Start here, go anywhere with Clatsop Community College.
Hungry? Thirsty? Craving something delicious? They've got your cravings covered, from fresh sandwiches and salads to gourmet coffee and snacks. The deli is stocked with hand-picked ingredients, ensuring the highest quality in every bite. Need groceries? You're covered there too, with a wide selection of necessities and locally sourced products. The Peter Pan Market and Deli at 712 Niagara Avenue in Astoria. Visit online at peterpantogo.com for online ordering options. Taste the difference at Peter Pan Market and Deli.
Seaside Outlets, over 100,000 square feet of savings and shopping. Great food for every member of your family. Featuring great names in retail like Nike, Eddie Bauer, Pendleton, Bath & Body Works, Rack Room Shoes, Rue 21, and Carter's. And it's all just a few blocks from the beach. Plus, there's no sales tax.
Seaside Outlets, 1111 North Roosevelt Highway 101 and 12th Avenue. Visit Seaside.
This is ESPN Radio.
We are here at pregame, getting ready for tonight's game between the Stayton Eagles and the Astoria Fishermen. And coming up at halftime, the back-to-back champion dance team is going to be honored. And we are joined by Coach Emily Madsen, Bella Poe, Anna Holland, and Dylan Candela this evening before we start the game. And you guys are going to get recognized at halftime. That's a pretty cool thing. Before you get a chance to answer that, I just want you to jump in really quick. Just tell us your name so that we can get a voice familiar with who's talking.
Hi, I'm Bella.
Coach Emily Madsen.
Hi, I'm Anna Holland. And I'm Dylan.
3 of the 4 captains, you guys all graduated, so no dance team this year. Is it a little bittersweet to come back and be honored at halftime?
It's crazy that our time on the team has ended, but we're really excited to see how it goes in the future. So
yeah, it'll be fun to watch what the new team comes up with and how they kind of take on the challenges of dance team.
I mean, you guys aren't that far removed, in all honesty. I mean, you guys just competed in March. You know, you're less than a year from being on the team, really, as you guys get ready to go off to the next chapter of your lives. Is it a little bit hard to sit in the stands? Do you want to get back out there and compete and dance with these girls again?
100%, yeah.
Definitely. Seeing all the girls together and just like remembering the bond and the excitement and like the fun that we had.
Now, obviously, you guys haven't gone off to college yet. You're still here and being honored at halftime at tonight's game. So have you been able to help the team this year while still being around?
We helped out at tryouts and kind of got to see what the new team was like and meet all the girls, so that was pretty fun. Yeah.
And do you guys feel like you're leaving, I mean, is it a legacy? Is it a back-to-back champions? You guys competed obviously as seniors and as juniors. I would assume all 3 of you were junior competitors or dance team members. And I mean, I say competitors. Does it feel like a competition or is it
yes,
not?
100%.
Definitely.
I'd say the environment it's not like, it's a very supportive sport, so we're always cheering other teams on, even if we're against them. But when we're dancing, when we're in the moment, it's 100% competitive. We're in it to win it.
Yeah. I would also say when we show up, other schools get nervous when they see us coming. When they know that they have to compete against our team. It feels good. We come out of our room with confidence, looking professional, ready to put up a fight. Yeah, they're scared.
And obviously you guys did that as juniors and seniors, back-to-back champions. As graduating seniors, when you guys started on the team as either freshmen or B, did you have that same vibe, or did you guys help cultivate this fear from other teams?
So my first year on the team was my my freshman year.
Yeah, I think that the environment was kind of the biggest thing to change. I feel like everyone slowly started to learn how to really put their head in the game and see it as like we're here to compete and here to win and we're excited. And
something that was really cool is we haven't done hip hop in like ever.
Yeah.
So this is the
Not till last
first.
year.
Yeah, 2023 to 2024, we did our first hip hop routine, and I think that kind of brought out some fire in a lot of us. That was our junior year, and that was downtown. That was what it was called, and that was when I don't know, something got brought out of us.
it was really cool to start with something new, and then all of our competitors were like, I wonder what they're going to do. They've never done hip hop before because other teams had. And then just bringing out a routine that was winning and won state, and then we won again. It was just cool to.
Well, and I think that maybe there's a misconception, and maybe even with me, is, the dance team is, I go back to my days, in a small school, high school, we had the cheer team, and we didn't really have a dance team. That some of the cheer team may have done it, kind of was there, kind of wasn't there. So you guys come into this, and I think the perspective maybe is that it's not a competition, and that you're just a bunch of girls, but, a group, a team, maybe you even call it a team. They're just a bunch of girls that come out and dance at halftime. I mean, it's so much more than that, but is it a struggle to kind of overcome that stigma?
Yes.
Yes, 100%. Us performing at halftime is really fun. It's one of my favorite parts of dance team, but it is not 100% representative of what dance team is. We actually, in addition to our state and competition routines, we learn 3 or 4 different halftime routines, and that is really an opportunity to just show the school what we do. And then when we perform at halftime and we show our state routines, it really encapsulates all that we do. But yeah, we don't just perform at halftime. We have a whole different season that a lot of people aren't able to see.
Yeah, and what you don't see are all of our practices and our late nights that we put in, not just for those halftime routines. We get those out of the way the first month or two, and then while we're still performing the halftimes, we just review those, but we're really learning and perfecting our state routines.
The halftime performance, as it goes, is a performance, obviously. Really what you're doing. It's just a chance to practice for real, kind of?
Yeah. It's relaxed. It's more for fun, for entertainment, just to get hyped and get your student body going. And it's not to show our strengths and our artistry, and every little detail doesn't have to be perfect. So we don't really spend a whole lot of time on just halftime routines, and that's too bad because all of our competitions where we really get to show our talents are away.
Not a lot of home events. Yeah.
I think that's
we're going to chat more with the girls coming up at halftime. We're here with Coach Emily Madsen, Bella Poe, Anna Holland, and Dylan Candela, and we'll be chatting with them at halftime as they are also honored. And we'll have them back in the studio coming up at halftime right here on ESPN 106.3.
You're listening to Astoria High School Sports on 106.3 ESPN Radio.
Back here at CMH Field, just in time for kickoff. The Eagles won the toss, deferred, and the Fishermen are going to pick it up on the bounce, and that is going to be brought back up to the 30, we call it the 32-yard line.
Yeah, Jacob Buros kept taking that ball.
That was Buros with a nice return. That one bounced in front of him, and that was a point of conversation with Rube in the Rube Report, if you happen to catch it early. As far as some pregame information, the kicking game, at least to what he saw against Philomath, not strong. So the Fishermen expecting some shorter kicks, some maybe bounce kicks, some onside attempts, and I guess the Eagles just looking for a kicker this year.
Yeah, given an opportunity there. They get up, Stayton comes to the line. Takes center. We've got...
Astoria's got 4 receivers with a man in motion. That is Huber coming around on the reverse, and he's going to find some space up the sideline. What a great run.
Yeah, he gets about 7 yards on that run. He gets him up, I believe, to the 41.
With the Fishermen I was going to say, with the Fishermen in the way there on this sideline, it's a little tough to decipher where he officially went out. He did fall out of bounds a little farther ahead, but great run. It's going to bring down 2nd and about 3 for the Fishermen, as they got underway last week well. They opened up with a 6-minute drive and a touchdown, and with 4 wide receivers, Shacker brings Gore in motion, and this time it's going to be a reverse the other way with Gore. And they got in the backfield, penetrated well, closed it up. He tried to cut back, and I think 55 for the Eagles was standing right there to handle it. Aiden Coleman was right there on the cutback, and so it'll be a loss.
Yeah, loss of 2 on that play. They're going to talk to the ref and come back up to the line here. No, they're going to go into a huddle. They're going to talk about it for a moment. And here they go to the line.
Fishermen and Eagles underway. 3rd down now and about 7 to go for the Fishermen. Got 3 receivers out to the right. A lot of shotgun formation for the Fishermen. You'll see that most of the night as Shacker waits for the call. Gore in motion, moving it out, 2-2. And the throw over Gore's head. We're trying to get him on a little stretch toss, stretch throw to the outside, pick up a blocker with the wide receiver, and goes over his head. So it looks like Coach Rube here early will send out the punt team as wholesale changes come forward. And the Fishermen will end up punting on their first opportunity. A good start to the drive, but unfortunately that play that set them deep on 2nd down, it couldn't quite recover on 3rd.
No, it's like Quinn Gore punting tonight. Normally we see Winterstein on that duty.
Braden Winterstein, the leg of the Fisherman. Gore rotates the ball, gets a low spiral out. Good punt if it gets a bounce. It does. Bounces at the 30, and it'll trickle out right at the 20.
That's a great punt.
So a great job of flipping position for the Fishermen. If you can't get anything done and you got a punt, well, yeah, take a good roll and a good bounce and set up on defense. Now for the Stayton Eagles, if you were tuning into the Rube Report a little early, you might have gotten some inside information. We're going to see a lot of running backs here for the Stayton Eagles. They're going to come out, a lot of under center stuff, shell game kind of thing with 3 backs in the backfield. Their fullback isn't huge, listed at about 5'8", 5'7", and about 200 pounds. He's a big, strong kid, and he creates a lot of mess for the Fishermen. So look for the Fishermen to stack the box a little bit, try to gallop and keep them in. And they give to the deep back here and snaggle out about 9 yards on a great run.
Yeah.
Stayton Eagles off the left side pick up a good run out of the 20 and get out to about the 29 as they scrape off some blocks. And that is one thing the Fishermen do lack is size on the defensive line. They've got a couple of big kids, but overall size is limited to some degree.
On that line, we've got number 52, MJ Brito, number 56, Adrian Bali, and number 73, Miguel Salisbury.
And it looks like that is Duryea at the defensive end position here on this drive. This one goes up the middle. They find some space, clear the space on the left side, and it's going to be up to Huber to try to drag him down. And it is going to be a huge pickup, the 30 to the 30, as the Eagles are making the ground game work early in this one. And another change for the Fishermen. Running onto the field is 55, Colt Kelly. We saw him leave last week with a bit of a leg twitch and big run. And the Fishermen are going to take Salisbury out of the game. Of course, he's the big guy. Try to rotate your defensive lineman, keep him fresh, keep him, with the right energy to maintain a running game like this.
Right.
And it's going to be a challenge for Coach Rube as the Fishermen come out with a linebacker and 4 defensive backs. This time out from under center. It's going to be a handoff to the deep back who finds some edge room off the right side. Cutting in, cutting up, and getting past the linebacker. And just like that, the Eagles are in.
Wow, 80 yards. Very short amount of time there.
One play from the 30 to the 30, and then another one gets them in. So just like that, the Eagles keep adding to their high-scoring offense. They scored 52 against Philomath, and they pick up 6 here against the Fishermen early in this one with 9:33 on the clock. The Fishermen bogged down on their first drive with a 3-and-out, and the Stayton Eagles wasted no time as they send out a kicker for the extra point. The hold is quarterback Madden Hughes, and it looks like handling the kicking duties is Carter Vinson, who is a sophomore. And the kick is up, and it is good. So the extra point will give the Stayton Eagles 7 here at 9:33 in the first quarter. The Fishermen come back to their sideline to try to figure it out on defense for the Fishermen. Quinn Gore, Braden Winterstein, Cannon Huber, Hudson Hill, Trevor Morrow, Jack Johnson, Archer Hawkins, Jacob Silver, MJ Brito, Adrian Bali listed, as well as Miguel Salisbury. And a lot of defensive backs listed on that defensive starting lineup for the Fishermen, and I think Coach Rube may change that approach a little bit as he moves forward and maybe implements a few more defensive linemen and linebackers.
Going to need to plug some gaps.
Trying to handle this run. We're going to take this quick opportunity, if I can make it happen, to bring you a station identification and our legal ID to comply with FCC rules. And we'll come back for the kickoff after the touchdown. Once again, Stayton leads Astoria 7-0 here at CMH Field.
This is ESPN Radio on KKOR AM 1230 and 106.3 K2464BV, Astoria, Warrenton, Seaside.
CMH Field, Stayton and Astoria battling here. And the Fishermen hosting their second home game. And it is 7-0 here. Now the onside kick, and it's going to be handled and bobbled.
Oh, but Stayton recovers.
Stayton is going to recover.
Astoria had a real good shot at that one,
Yes,
Rob.
they did. And I do not believe that you can return an onside kick. I know there's some different rules about that. Once it's recovered, it's down where you get it, where you gain possession. But Fisherman looked like he was going to get it on the run. And I missed the number behind the pole. It just went behind right through his hands.
Right.
And the Philomath Eagles saw this a little bit last week. Or excuse me, the Philomath, I'm not sure if they're the Eagles. Philomath saw this a little last week. The Eagles, now with their second possession again already. Madden Hughes, the quarterback. And this time he is in shotgun. In the pistol, the Fishermen get it in the backfield this time and drag down the ball carrier. That is Hunter Mullerstrom.
That's good for a 2-yard loss, Rob.
Jacob Silver.
And a 2-yard loss on the play. Silver knifes through and gets it taken care of. 9:15 here in the first quarter. And once again, Stayton leads this one 7-0 early as they thunder ahead with a very emphatic first drive. They go from the 30 to the 30, and the next play they go 30 more to get into the end zone. And here we go. Now, once again, under center. 3 receivers out. 2 backs in the backfield. And quarterback hands off. Little penetration. Fishermen get in the backfield. And this time, great job by Hill to get in and take care of the tackle.
He's going to get it right back up to that line of scrimmage.
Wyatt Kerrigan, the deep back, looked like he was going to sneak off on the right side there.
Yeah. He had a shot.
Good job by Hudson Hill of the Fishermen, linebacker, to come in and scrape off the block and get the tackle. So it's going to be 3rd and 10. The Eagles get a little bit back as they line up directly behind the pole in front of me. 3 receivers, it looks like. Quarterback is under center. That's Madden Hughes. He's got the snap. Fullback gets the ball and plunges forward for about 4.
Right at the 50.
Adrian Bali with the tackle.
They're going to back him up a little bit here.
Looks like it'll be closer to a 3-yard gain.
Yeah, they're going to say Stayton on the Stayton 49.
Knee down before the extra forward progress. The 3rd and 4th effort was after the fact. So a few changes on the defensive side of the ball for the Fishermen. They bring in looks like a rush team and a few more defensive backs as they expect with a 4th and 7 for the Eagles to hit the air. And out of shotgun, they'll punt. It hits. Punter gets it and rallies it up. And the Fisherman trying to get some pressure. He's got the edge. He's going to get the first down on the unconventional.
Wow. They got it up and ended up picking it up plus about 8 yards.
Yeah, it's one of those really weird scenarios on a punt team where it looked like they thought they were going to go for it for a second. They did send the punt team in, and the Fishermen did make those changes and tried to rush it.
Bad snap,
able to pick it up. But the Fishermen on the other side of the ball aren't watching that. They're turning around and covering. And so they're running the wrong way with their heads turned, not seeing what they need to do. You got 2 or 3 guys, and unfortunately, they couldn't quite make the tackle. Gibson Allen for the Fishermen, just not quite speedy enough to catch the punter. And so just like that, 1st and 10 as they get around the left edge in front of their own bench and get that first down. So with just under 7 to go, the Eagles are back in business and running off the right side, trying to string it out and not able to make the tackle. Here are the Fishermen. They finally get him at the 25-yard line. That is Wyatt Kerrigan with the run. And trying to come in on that tackle looked like maybe Braden Winterstein trying to clean things up as the run gets to the outside. And the Fishermen outside edge linebackers and rushers really need to buckle in and contain.
That's good enough for a first down for Stayton. They're going to move those sticks. They're going to be sitting at the 25-yard line, Rob.
6:15 here in the first quarter. Threatening again. The Eagles lead this one 7-0. The Fishermen need to stop now more than ever. Kicking game not necessarily strong with the Eagles. I doubt that they would be able to kick a field goal from here. Quarterback keeper fakes the handoff, and he's got a leaker wide open at the 15-yard line. And leaking out, Madden Hughes was able to find Wyatt Fred. Just one of those plays, you fake the handoff, the old shell game situation. The play action worked well.
Yeah.
And leaking across the way was
good for a 15-yard pickup. You could go all the way to Astoria 10.
They faked the right, rolled out to the left. Fred fakes the block and then leaks out the backside of the formation and comes away with a big pickup and a timeout taken by the Astoria Fishermen. So here with 5:42 in the first quarter, the Fishermen trying to rally and slow down the Stayton Eagles. They came out on fire. The Fishermen started the game after winning the toss, after losing the toss. The Eagles deferred, so the Fishermen get the ball and couldn't do anything with it. They good punt down to the 20-yard line, and the Eagles didn't waste much time. They got it out to the 30. They went from the 30 to the 30 and another 30 in. So in 2 plays, they covered 70 yards with not a lot of effort, it looked like.
No. Those running backs are quick, strong, and Astoria doesn't seem to have an answer for them.
Well, the running back might say it was a lot of effort. He ran really fast, but it didn't look like it was a very hard effort. As he got around to the edge, the Fishermen just couldn't handle it. And for the Fishermen, it's the defensive end's job. They got to turn that back in, and the Fishermen may have to switch up their defensive alignment just a little bit and go away from the 4-3 and move more towards a 4-4 type linebacker situation and bring in a little heavier defensive backfield and step up and try to play the run some more. The Eagles, now after the timeout, have the ball. 1st and 10, just outside of the goal line. They still have a chance to get the first down. In shotgun, quarterback's going to hand it off, cut back up the middle, and getting stuffed now at the 6-yard line. After a half-decent pickup is Kerrigan, the junior running back, listed at 6 foot, 205. Sneaks the ball up after a 7-yard gain to the 6-yard line, it looks like, where they spot it. Calm evening, comfortable weather.
Yeah.
And the Fishermen once again hosting a game here at CMH Field. Last week, sunny and warm, almost summer-like. Tonight, a little closer to fall-like.
Got that marine layer rolling in with just a little breath of wind.
Not shabby, though.
No.
5 minutes to go. Handoff to the up back, and going nowhere is Wyatt Fred this time. Looked like Colt Kelly in from the defensive interior position. Shakes the tackle, gets in, and stuffs the run. Great job. No gain. 3rd and about 5. They can get inside the 1-yard line to get a first down. Stayton Eagles coached by head coach Randy Nyquist, assisted by Kyle Hughes, Ronald Rose, Kyle Ramsey, Aiden Latou, Dan Callaghan, Lucas Vincent, and Eli Brown. Handoff to the deep back this time, and snaggled up in the backfield. He's going to get a couple of yards, but not very far. Arthur Duryea knifes in to take care of Wyatt Kerrigan on that carry. Good job on defense there to try to get through. Just a short gain. It'll be 4th and about a yard and a half, maybe 2 to go. They're on, they still have a chance to pick up this first down if they get between the first yard line and the end zone. Looks like a stop, official timeout. They've got it figured out. I think it looks like they're sending Adrian Bali off the field with a helmet issue. And the Fishermen stack up under center now for the Eagles. The handoff to the deep back, and he's going to knife close. I think it's going to be enough for the first down, but not enough for the touchdown.
Great stop
on
by Astoria.
4th down.
It might be first down.
And we'll check it. The official does mention with his arm there, 1st and goal. So he makes the motion. So the Fishermen trying to get the stop. They shut the goal line down, but unfortunately on the 4th and 2.5, they got the 2.
Yeah.
So they'll be at the half-yard line here. Stayton Eagles setting up, sending 2 receivers out to the right. Fishermen cover those guys up, and from under center, Quarterback Hughes calls for the ball, and he's going to keep it himself and go off the left side, and no tush push there. Quarterback keeper sneaks through and gets in. For those offended by the Philadelphia tush push, it didn't happen there. Just a traditional quarterback sneak as he scampers off the left side of his center to punch in. Eagles go up now 13-0 here in the first. 3:14 to go, and line up once again to kick the extra point. Kicking duties handled by Carter Vinson, the sophomore. Holding is quarterback Madden Hughes, the sophomore. And the snap, the kick, and it is good. So with 3:14 here in the first quarter, the Eagles take a 2-score lead at 14-0. And I don't want to disparage the Eagles' kicking game too much. They've got a little bit of one, but I think what they lack is strength in a kicking game. So you probably won't see a lot of long field goals. And based on what at least Coach Rube said that he saw from the Philomath tape, a lot of pooch kicks, onside kicks, and short kicks, and we've already seen 2 of those. On the kickoff, they bounced one to the up man, and on the second, after the score, they tried the onside kick and were successful. So the Fishermen have only run a handful of plays. They didn't get the first down on their opening drive. They've technically only run 3 plays and a punt. And the Eagles have had the ball for the majority of this first quarter here.
Yeah, first 9 minutes. Been their ball.
The Fishermen might look a little unconventional on the return team if you look out there and you're thinking, well, there's not a lot of big guys out there. And that is because of that kicking game. Rube alluded to that they are probably going to go with more of a hands team on the return. So they're going to try to be able to deal with the pooch kicks, the short kicks, the squib kicks, and we'll see how they handle it on this attempt from the Eagles. This time from the 40, it is a high, short kick handled and dropped, mishandled by the Fisherman. Jack Johnson picks it back up, but monkeying around, trying to rally to find the ball and get back up to speed. It's going to be short of the 20. A good job by the Stayton Eagles right now, using a unconventional kicking game to keep the Fishermen on the ropes.
Yeah, they're way backed up.
So from they're going to mark him down at about the 16.5-yard line. So he didn't get as far as even I thought he had on the sideline there as the scrum got pushed out of bounds. Stayton Eagles, Astoria Fishermen, 14-0 here with 3:08 in the first. And for the Fishermen, it is going to be an opportunity to try to respond here with 3 receivers out. Shacker waits for the call. He's got his running back in the backfield with him on his right hip. Man in motion comes across. They fake the handoff. He'll keep it himself, find a block, and get some positive yards. A good sneak up the middle for the quarterback. Shacker's going to get 5, it looks like. Cut that.
Make an easier second down.
Second down, yeah. Cut that down to halfway. And checking into the game is Archer Hawkins. And I believe that was also Jack Johnson maybe running back in. I'll have to double check. Might have been Morrow that I saw too. There was a shuffle of numbers there in the huddle, but either way, the Fishermen are back at it with quarterback in shotgun, 2 backs in the backfield with him, and it's going to be handed to the deep back. Johnson's going to go not very far, maybe a yard, and it's going to get tangled up and tripped up before he can find the crease.
Looks like he's going to be about a yard shy, Rob. Oh, 2 yards. They just marked him back.
They moved him back a little bit. I saw the marker, the third down marker, the yard to gain marker, kind of just, or the line of scrimmage marker is what I should call the guy. He went up, then moved backwards. The officials readjusted him. So here with under 2 minutes to go in the first quarter, the Fishermen trying to respond, and Shacker calls for the ball. The Eagles walk up the blitz. They bring it, and the Fishermen get the pass out, and it's going to be a good one to Huber, who races to the sideline and gets ripped out of bounds at the 45-yard line. Great pickup of about 20.
Just where he needed at this point.
Exactly what they needed at this point. They needed a little spark, a little something to pick him up, and that is a great one as Cannon Huber gets the little floater pass out into the flat, and he picked up the block from his other wide receiver out there, found the sideline, and scampered up for a nice pickup for the Fishermen. They'll come back up to the line of scrimmage now at the 44-yard line. Still need to cross the 50 to get into enemy territory, and he's going to do it with 3 receivers to his right, Shacker is. He's got Morrow over here to his left, closest to the bench and us, and that's where he goes on a little hook up to the 50 and wrestling out at the 47 as he gets across the other side of the 50. This is one of those things that, my wife always, why do they change them? Why don't they just go 100 and do it that way? And they go 50-50, they meet in the middle kind of thing, and that's what it is. And it's screwed up announcers ever since they decided to do it.
Exactly.
He's down to
from the 47 to the
60 to the 70 to the 80.
The other one.
The Fishermen come out now with a new set of downs just a couple of yards away on second down, with two receivers spread out to his right. Shacker looks that way, brings it back down. He gets a little pressure, stays alive, but he's going to get brought down, getting into the backfield in a hurry.
He actually tripped over that Stayton player.
He did indeed. In the backfield in a hurry was, I think, Wyatt Lemming, 76. Got some good penetration, and Shacker tried to shake loose, put his hand down, and tried to stay alive, but just couldn't do it. So it's going to bring up a long third down now, third and about 9. Almost got free, and he'd have been able to back up just another second. He might have had a receiver open if he would have been able to readjust, but just couldn't quite readjust to complete the throw. So the Fishermen now have something to look forward to as the quarter comes to an end. We'll bring you this 3rd and 9 in just a moment right here on ESPN 106.3.
Be ready for your future with Clatsop Community College. Take college-level classes at CCC while still in high school and transfer them to a university when you're ready. Or take technical education classes to develop your skills to be prepared for in-demand jobs in the region. Clatsop Community College can help you be ready for your future. Contact the admissions office or check out clatsopcc.edu for more information on all the programs and transfer options available. Start here, go anywhere with Clatsop Community College.
Are you currently in the market for a new car, truck, or SUV? Then look no further than Dane Gouge's Astoria Ford. With hundreds of makes and models to choose from, you're bound to find something you want, including the Ford F-150, best-selling truck in America, 47 years running. Stop by Dane Gouge's Astoria Ford today and take a test drive and find that new vehicle you have always wanted. Whether you're buying, selling, or trading, you always get the best deal at Dane Gouge's Astoria Ford, 1809 Ensign Lane across from Costco Gas, or visit them online at AstoriaFord.net.
You're listening to Astoria High School Sports on 106.3 ESPN Radio.
Back here at CMH Field, we're going to swap sides of the field. The Fishermen moving now from their left to right, and that is where the Eagles have scored 2 touchdowns to take the lead in this one, 14-0. And so the Fishermen come out to the line of scrimmage, and Shacker on a 3rd and 9 is going to have 4 receivers to work with, 2 on either side, as he waits in shotgun for the snap, calls for it, and Gore is going to come in motion and flood the right side, pick up the block. Shacker looks, he's got his receiver, and through the hands, it would have been a close first down to Winterstein. Winterstein goes up to try to get it, can't corral it, and it would have been really close. He would have been at about the 45-yard line, and I think Bobby would have had the first down.
I think he'd have been there. Yeah, if he would have come down clean, he would have had that first down.
And he was clean. He didn't get contacted, so just threw his hands, couldn't quite come up with it. Good throw by Shacker, and Winterstein just could not quite snag it as he went up in the air to try to get it above his head. And that's one of those things that we pick on the kids about catching one between the helmet up there. And tell you what, put some shoulder pads on and a helmet, try to reach above your head and catch something. It's not as easy as it looks.
It's not.
The punt from the Fishermen is a wobbler out to the left side. It takes a backwards bounce, and it'll go upfield and bounce out at, it looks like, about the 33, 34, depending on where the official marked it.
Looks like he's going to mark it at 31, Rob.
He is going to mark it back at the 31. So the bounce wasn't as generous as I thought it was going to be. As the players get in the way of my ability to see it a little bit, I misguess it. Just under 12 minutes to go here in the second quarter, and we'll see if there's some adjustments made by the Fishermen here, as the Eagles will come back out after scoring twice. They lead this one 14-0, and the Fishermen had some good positive things with their offense last week, and they need to try to find those now. But right now, they need to try to corral the running game of the Stayton Eagles. Right now, Wyatt Carrington and their running backs are tearing up the Fishermen. This time in the backfield, some penetration, but he's going to get free and get past the line of scrimmage. Wyatt Kerrigan once again.
Great hustle on that. They had him tied up, and he just kept moving. He had 2 Fishermen on his back.
he's going to push forward for a short gain. It's going to be minimal, but it should have been about a 2 to 3 yard loss.
Yeah.
It is an ugly foot gain, but in all honesty, it's a great foot because he shouldn't have even had that.
No.
A couple of changes to the lineup for the Eagles as they bring in a few new players. The Fishermen stay with what they had on the last play, and they've got the big interior defensive lineman in right now. That is number 71, Gibson Allen for the Fishermen, hogging up some space. On the right side here is Brito, and we're going to get a penalty before the play, which usually indicates false start.
That's exactly what it is, Rob.
False start, so that'll help the Fishermen there. It gives them 5 more yards to try to wrangle together before they can pick up that first down.
They're doing a good job. They had that running back tangled up in the backfield again.
That one was snapped, and they started that play, and the Fishermen were there on it, so it's a good indication that they might be trying to sniff this out a little bit. For the Fishermen, Coach Howard Rube, Garrett Long, Kurt Bradley, Davis, and Doug Walsh, Ralph Steinbeck, Jeremy Poyer helping out on defense, and Mike Roberts, the staff. And for the Eagles, with the man in motion, they stack him up behind the line of scrimmage, coming up off the other side, and once again hitting the edge and trying to get out on the edge.
End up stacking him out for about you get 2 yards on that.
Kerrigan tried to find the edge on the left side and got pushed out. Fisherman missed a tackle, but coming up to clean it up, it looked like, I think that was Ken and Hubert climbing up from the snag down. So just a short gain on the play, as it looked like Kerrigan was going to try to find some room on the edge. And we've already seen how dangerous he can be if he finds the edge. So the Fishermen doing their best to try to make sure he doesn't. Now 3rd and about 12. 10 minutes on the clock here in the second quarter. Fishermen with a defensive back lineup on defense. The Eagles looking in shotgun. Pressure's not there, and throwing deep. They've got the big connection at the 35, and breaking free is Hunter Mollerstrom, and he's going to go untouched into the end zone as Mollerstrom finds a pass from Ed Hughes for a big gain on a big down for the Eagles. 67-yard touchdown will give the Eagles a 20-0 lead. And that was a situation where once the ball got in the air, the defensive back couldn't quite track it down, and it just got away from him. The wide receiver ran under it, and it was a great catch and throw for the Eagles. (20-0), 9:41 here in the second quarter, and the extra point is missed this time around, so it'll stay at 20-0. That is a sneaky score, and it's still early. The Fishermen need to put some things together, but now the passing game starting to come into fruition for the Eagles, and that's one of those situations, if you're on defense for the Fishermen, it's just one of those situations you just can't let them get deeper than you.
Exactly.
And unfortunately, the defensive back, I think, was trying to do something a little more miraculous than he needed to do, and he couldn't locate the ball when he looked back. The wide receiver located it well.
Yeah, he had 3 or 4 steps on the defensive back.
And here at 20-0, 9:41 to go in the second quarter. The Fishermen find themselves down by a couple of scores. If there's any rose lining to this, it's that they missed that extra point. So if the Fishermen can get things together with 9:41 here in the second quarter, they still have time to at least answer back and try to get the ball back. And, you know, it's still within shooting distance, so it's not like it's out of hand by any means.
No, there's plenty of clock left on that, left on that clock.
Look, I've seen a lot of weird things happen in high school football, including 2 scores in 15 seconds.
We've watched it right here numerous times.
We watched it last week.
Yep.
So for the Fishermen and Eagles, 20-0, 9:41 to go. Long time here in the second quarter. Kick is up and handled at about the 13-yard line. Bringing it upfield is Johnson, who finds a crease and almost sneaks free.
Ooh, number 44 for Stayton. If he would have missed that tackle,
Senior Mitzel is able to get in there like a missile and wrap him up, because Jack Johnson was
off to the races.
There was a lot of green grass in front of him. Got a good ankle tackle, kind of wrapped him up by the knee and shins, and good job by 44 for the Eagles. Mitzel to wrap him up. Jack Johnson came around and picked up a block, and you could kind of see Johnson gearing up like,
He was like, we're doing this, and then from the side, yeah.
Yeah, he definitely, as he came around that edge and he saw that, he goes, oh, we're doing this, and then good tackle. But either way, the Fishermen have the ball in good possession, and with the offense on the field, they send out 2 wide receivers to either side of Shacker. It's Gore in motion, the handoff. Gore can't find the cut up and gets strung out to the sideline. It's going to be maybe a short loss or no gain.
They're going to mark him down about a 1.5 yard loss. Nope, they're going to bring it up to
the line of scrimmage, so no gain. Gore got a little leading forward as he went out of bounds, and they might have benefited, or they might have given him that benefit of the doubt as he was trying to lean the ball forward and save at least a 1 yard or 2, and I think he did.
Yeah.
So 2nd and 10. Fishermen huddle up. Shacker calls the play into his offense. Gore and Sawyer Rashawn split out to the left. On the right, it is going to be Huber and Winterstein. And Shacker waits for the ball. He's got it. He looks, tucks it, and takes off himself up the middle. Good pancake on the offensive line. I'm going to call that one out because I saw it. Arthur Duryea, the center for the Fishermen, took the defensive line one right down and showed him what a stack of pancakes looks like. He used to get a sticker for that when I was in high school. Hopefully he gets one. That was a good one. I hope to catch that one on tape for him because that was a nice block by Duryea. And Shacker was able to sneak up the right side a little bit, pick up some extra yards. So 3rd and about 7, maybe 6 here for the Fishermen. Call it 7, it looks like. Under 9 minutes to go in the 2nd quarter. Shacker waits in shotgun. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right, and he's going to look to the strong side, over to the left.
Flag.
Got a flag in the backfield. Shacker's going to run for what looks like a first down.
I think that was going to be a hold against Astoria if I saw what I thought I saw.
52, I believe, is the number they're calling.
That's exactly what I saw.
Brito, I think, is the indication to the sideline. The 5-2, I think, from the official, trying to indicate to the coaching staff which number they were calling. That is going to hurt the Fishermen big time because that was, I believe, a first down as I see where the officials pull the ball back in. And now they're going to mark it off. And it is going to be a big 3rd down conversion needed for the Fishermen here as they are in their own territory and will need to try to come up with 15 yards for a first down.
I think that might be the first holding penalty against Astoria this season.
I think you might be right.
Yeah.
I can't think of one in last game, and so far they haven't had one.
They've been playing a much cleaner game with holding this year.
They have indeed. I know that was one of the points of emphasis for the Fishermen is to try to get clean. And, early in the season you expect a few extra holding penalties here and there, but the Fishermen have done a really good job of being disciplined.
Yeah, they sure have.
3rd down play. Rashawn's going to look to the right side to Gore. That one's going to get up in the air and get taken away. And going down on the interception is Wyatt Black. He was able to sky up and snatch it out of the air. Gore couldn't compete with him for it. And on his way back, he stumbles forward after the interception and goes down at the 47-yard line. So the first turnover of the game results in the Eagles getting the ball in enemy territory, leading 20-0 with 8:05 on the clock. The defense for the Fishermen now will need to rise to the occasion and see if they can't get one themselves. Stayton Eagles break huddle, wearing their whites with blue sleeves, blue pants, and blue-yellow stripes in the pants. Fishermen in all purple with the gold helmets. Eagles under center, hand to the deep back, and he's going to find a crease up the middle, find another one as the linebackers get taken care of. Now into the defensive backfield. It's the defensive end, Brito, coming upfield to make the tackle after a big gain.
Yeah, all the way. I think they're going to mark it down at the 21, Rob. So immediate 30-yard play.
Coach Howard did talk a little bit about how difficult this running game was going to be this game and how difficult these guys are going to be to stop. And I hate to call him a prognosticator too early because I also listened to his picks, and he thinks the Bears are going to win the division. But he's right about this one. This kid is tough to stop. Wyatt Kerrigan, the junior, is a tough load to bring down. Out of shotgun, 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. He waits behind his quarterback, who rolls out, finds the receiver, trying to swipe it away as Morrow, but to no avail.
Good for about 5 or 6 yards there.
Nice reception off the rollout to the right. Morrow with good defense. He was there and tried to do what you're supposed to do and swipe through and see if he can't knock it loose.
Yeah.
Just a little too late on that one, as the reception does result in maybe 4 yards. I think they scooted him back just a touch. So about a 2nd down and 6. Under 7 minutes here in the second quarter. Fishermen line up trying to stop that run. And once again, Kerrigan's going to get snaggled up in the backfield this time, hanging onto his belt and dragging him down from behind is one of the 50s for the Fishermen. I think that was Colt Kelly, 55.
That's what I saw, Rob. Yep.
Knifed in from his defensive tackle position and grabbed him by the waist and didn't let him get too far, maybe a yard on the play as he came around from the backside to handle the tackle.
Glad to see him healthy back and playing, because when he went out last week, it definitely made a difference. He was playing very well last week.
It did indeed. He was really plugging up the middle and doing a great job on the interior defensive line for the Fishermen. Now out of shotgun, the Eagles will keep their running back Kerrigan in the backfield with their quarterback. That is Hughes. 2 receivers to either side, and a little bit of a miscommunication trying to get one of the players. It looks like Wyatt Fred may be in the right position, and the Eagles are just going to call the timeout. They want to talk about it.
Yeah, we got him. You get a fresh set here coming up in a few moments.
6 minutes away from getting a whole new bag of timeouts, and so rather than taking the issue or a misplay or having somebody lined up in the wrong spot on a 3rd and 5, call the timeout, figure it out.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's not uncommon, and sometimes it's too uncommon when you see a team not utilize that. Like, hurry up to get the play, hurry up and get the play off. You know what? Get the right play off.
Exactly.
Is not always the bad idea, too.
Yep.
Don't try to
get
throw
a
the
silly
ball on the 1 yard line.
Foul or
or get yourself out of position and end up getting some worse. So here in the second quarter, timeout, and the Fishermen on defense trying to defend the end zone, keeping the Eagles out. Just a quick update: the Chargers lead the Chiefs in the fourth quarter, 20-18, as they play in Brazil. I believe that game ends tonight. And for the Eagles, they line up once again, this time flooding the field to the right side, and the officials blow the whistle after everybody gets lined up after the timeout. And
Stayton wants to talk about it again.
Stayton's going to call another timeout. So apparently they didn't like something, or they changed their lineup completely. They went spread out, then they called the timeout, then they came out on this one and stacked the field to the right. They had kind of a stack up to the right side on the right hash. The ball's pretty much in the middle, but they tried to stack up the right side, and I don't know if they just wanted to see at this point, with 6 minutes here in the second quarter, what the Fishermen were going to do on defense.
Right.
Are they going to try to go heavy? Are they going to try to go light? Are they going with defensive backs? They go on linebackers and defensive linemen? Yeah. What do they look like in each lineup or each offensive formation? And I hope they got the information they needed, because they called 2 straight timeouts, leaving Astoria with 2, Eagles with 1, and they come back out with a different formation from either of the 2 they had prior. And now another conversation with the quarterback and the official. The official's clear, and the white hat signals to start the clock. So 6 minutes, and man in motion. It's a pitch up and stringing it out for the Fishermen.
Oh,
Huber.
Great job there, Huber. He grabbed him and brought him down for no gain.
Not going to be much of one at all as he gets drugged down at about the 16, it looks like, maybe, where they mark him. Just a short game. It'll be 4th and about 3. Got a little bit. Just a short gain. Good job by Huber as the Fishermen were able to actually string that one out as they tried the man in motion quick pitch. It actually goes in the books as a pass because the quarterback tossed it ahead to the man in motion. So it goes in the books as a pass, and the quarterback gets some free yards and a completion out of that, even though the ball only traveled about 6 inches. Now on the short side of the field, they've got 2 wide receivers, 1 out to the right. Quarterback under center, hands it off to Kerrigan, who gets stacked up. It's going to be close to a first down.
I think Astoria stopped it.
The initial surge looks like there might be some good forward progress to be had, and then the second surge for the Fishermen on that 4th down play takes over on downs. What a great job by the Fishermen there to stand them up.
Huge stop.
And take the ball back. They couldn't kick the field goal from there, went for it on 4th and just a couple of yards to go, and finally the Fisherman defense stands up strong and puts a thud on that running back. They stood him up, and I thought maybe with the lunge forward and some second effort, we've seen it already from number 4, Wyatt Kerrigan for the Eagles, but the Fishermen come away with a little second effort on defense, push him backwards. Under 5 to go now. The Fishermen would love to get one in here to go into halftime, at least with some momentum. And Shacker sends receivers out to his left. He's got one to his right. That is Winterstein. And Shacker looks, sends Johnson in motion out of the backfield. He's by himself, rolls to the strong side, finds a crease, and gets a yard or two. The ball comes loose at the end of that, but I think the official's already calling it down. So.
Looks like they're going to give him
2?
Yeah.
Ball rolled backwards, and the Eagles did jump on it, but I do believe at least based on the official's response on the other sideline, it was
dead ball.
Way down. So usually there's a little more hustle, but the official was pretty instant now. Good hustle, but no.
Yeah.
The short 2-yard gain brings up a 2nd and 8. Time ticks with 4:15 to go. Shacker looks, retreats, finds his receiver, and bobbled and handled. That was Quinn Gore over the middle.
Great heads-up play by Shacker. He had pressure on his throat.
He did indeed. He was able to get away, got the ball out to Gore. Gore picks up just a short gain, but a positive gain, not a sack or a tackle for loss on the play. So the Fishermen will live to deal with a 3rd and 7, 3rd and 6. Under 3:45 to go here in the half. And the Fishermen out of shotgun send 3 receivers to the left. Winterstein stays to the right. Shacker gets the ball, looks, tucks it, and immediately takes off. And he's going to go up the middle and find the crease on the hash for a first down.
That was a great scramble.
It was an awesome scramble. It was almost the same scramble he scored the touchdown to go ahead against the Bulldogs last week.
Yeah.
He looked real quick, and it was a quarterback draw the entire way as he basically faked the old shoulder shake before he took off, and was able to scamper up the hash line for a few extra yards in the first down. So now at 3:10 here in the half. Fishermen on the move with a fresh set of downs. Shacker gets the call and again runs, finds a block, and he's going to get some more yards.
Picks up 7 on that one.
He's got 7 there. Is coming in to make the tackle for the Eagles was Carter Vinson. Good job by Shacker there. Another quarterback designed run, and if they're going to spread out and cover your wide receivers and they're going to leave no linebackers in there, well, I'll take Shacker against your not as fast linebacker any day of the week. And so is Rube.
Exactly.
And he's got the same mentality as we once again spread out. 3 to the left, 1 to the right. Shacker looks. This time the quick pass out to Gore behind the line of scrimmage, and Gore's going to regather and find some space up across the 45-yard line. It'll be another first down and a pickup of maybe 10, 12.
I think he's going to get a full 10 on that, Rob. That's 11.
11. They're going to give him the extra push on the sideline there as the pile-up happens at the sideline. They're going to give him 13 on that, Bob. He is out of bounds at the 48-yard line, 47-yard, 48. So, good run by Gore. He caught that behind the line of scrimmage, or darn near behind the line of scrimmage.
Oh, are they pulling it back here, Rob?
They are indeed. It looks like flag hidden.
Yep, behind that pole. Gets us every time.
It's going to be a holding penalty, and that is going to be a killer for the Fishermen. It's going to scoot the ball all the way back to the 31-yard line.
Ouch.
And it becomes 2nd and about 6 again. Great job by Gore, and that might have explained why he was able to find so much room over there. Is a little bit of a hold. Now the Fishermen need to try to do it again without the holding with 2:10 to go here in the half. This time the receiver is out to the right for Shacker. Waits for the call. He's got the ball, rolls to the strong side, looks, and he's going to find on the sideline. Great hookup at the 40 for a first down. Braden Winterstein catches it, gets hit, and a good job by Wyatt Black on defense to make contact. But Winterstein holds onto the ball and goes out of bounds. So the clock will stop long enough to move the chains. 1:58.
Mark it at the 41. They gave him a couple extra there that I thought he didn't have, but yeah, great work. Immediately come back after that holding penalty and march it up 10 more yards.
3 receivers out to the left, 1 to the right. Shacker waits with under 2 minutes to go. Another quarterback design draw, and this time the Eagles aren't fooled at all. They send the linebacker on the blitz, and coming through, Carter Vinson sniffs it out in a hurry, and one way to track down a fast guy is to get him before he starts.
Yeah, and that's exactly what they did. 2-yard loss on the play.
Flatten the tires before the Ferrari gets out of the garage, and they blitzed and flattened the tires. 3 receivers out to the left for Shacker. He's got Winterstein here to his right, and the snap, the look, and over the middle and tipped away.
Deflected by number 34 for the Eagles.
Vinson once again, another play after getting the tackle for loss, is able to get his hands up and get in the way of the pass. We'll bring up 2nd and about 12 as Vincent makes 2 consecutive plays for the Eagles. Fishermen trying to find a couple of consecutive plays on offense to see if they can't get a little closer, if not score at least the field goal. You never know. Winterstein has a leg. See how far his leg is. I don't know if we're talking NFL standards here. They're kicking 70-yard field goals now.
That's nuts.
3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right for Shacker. Waits, 1:25 to go, gets the snap, looks, and coming this way to Winterstein, right behind the 50-yard line.
Going to mark him at the 48.
It's going to be 3rd and 3.
2, yeah.
It'll be a opportunity for the Fisherman, but he catches it and gets bumped out of bounds, which does slow the clock down. So at 1:19, the Fisherman will face this 4th and 3. Student section starting to come alive for the Fishermen here as they are in their first week of school. And a timeout taken. Whistles blow.
Timeout, Astoria.
And the public address announcer says it's Astoria's timeout. The officials all write down something in their notebook. What they want for dinner. They'll meet later and discuss to see who had the most correct answers, I suppose.
That's right.
I'm sure they actually keep track of real things in those notebooks, but I always like to make up what they're writing down.
I hear you, man.
It's funner that way for us.
Exactly.
Or more fun. I'm not an English major either.
Yeah, you know, there's a reason we're up here.
There's a reason
talk
I'm on radio. There is a reason I'm on radio and not doing something else. Fishermen and Eagles here in Astoria, another non-league contest. The Eagles coming off a big win against Philomath. The Fishermen, a heartbreaker against North Bend last Friday in week 0, as it's affectionately called across the country. And here just behind the half, the Fishermen find themselves down 20-0. And the Chiefs, by the way, now find themselves down 27-18 with 5 minutes to go in that contest.
It's a good spot for them.
I'm not going to say I'm disappointed in that. All right, the Eagles and Fishermen back at it. 5 receivers out for Shacker. He's got 3 to his left. He's looking, and he's got the snap. Nobody in the backfield with him. He steps up and bounces up the turf.
Hit the ground, yeah.
It's going to be a turnover on downs as it hits the ground coming into Winterstein. It would have been a first down had he caught it, but he just underthrew him. He was on the move, and
I think Shacker should have just held on to that one because he had wide open field there.
I think had he tucked and run, he might have got the edge, at least the first down, if he wouldn't have been able to scamper up the sideline, and maybe Winterstein or one of his other wide receivers come over to snag the block and spring him. But coulda, woulda, shoulda.
Exactly.
Unfortunately for Shacker, he'll
think about it tonight for sure.
And come back. I think he'd like to have that one back for sure. 1:13 to go. The Eagles take over on downs on enemy territory at the 48. And their quarterback comes out in shotgun. That is Hughes, who looks the pitch off to the right to Kerrigan. Why not? They find the edge. Can they get anywhere?
They got 3.
They find a little bit of space out there. And one of the Fishermen went down, and immediately his teammate went over to protect him a little bit. And I won't speculate on numbers or positions at this point, but a little bit of an awkward angle as he went down. The Fisherman huddle up around him, take a knee. Looks like he's doing okay. Legs are moving, arms are there, and he's in some pain. But not a lot of urgency to attend to him, which is a good sign. It's an injured player. That's not good. But when the urgency isn't there to attend to the player, we know it's not head or neck or, something more catastrophic than that. And a lot of times one of those things is, you played high school ball, you hear a big, "Ugh," and your buddy got the wind knocked out of him, and he just needs a minute. So looks like they're going to bring in Rube and a trainer from the other side, and they're going to take a look, see what we got here. He's got his hands up on his helmet, so that's a good sign.
Yep, one leg up.
The Fishermen and Eagles battling here, and once again, a little bit of a new ranking system. We talked a little bit about that in the pregame, and coming up here at halftime, by the way, we'll be checking in with some of the dance team members and the coach once again as they're getting recognized here at halftime today as they get their championship rings, back-to-back championships.
It's impressive.
For the dance team. So, and if you're thinking they just perform at halftime and they just do those kinds of things, we get into a little bit more of that at the halftime interview when I had a chance to talk to the girls earlier. Obviously, they're being honored at halftime. I'm not going to drag them up here while they're being honored. So this is a pre-recorded interview that we'll be able to play back for you, a chance to talk to the girls. And, there's just so much more that goes into it. If you think that they just do a couple of halftime performances at the basketball games or at the football games, it's a lot deeper than that. And, of course, they just competed, I think she said March, so it's not even been a full year since their championship. So congratulations to the back-to-back Astoria dance team champions, and we'll have a chance to chat with Emily Madsen coming up at halftime. We'll also chat with a few of the graduated seniors. So they're off to their next adventure, and here tonight to be recognized at halftime. Just a couple of the championship teams here for Astoria. The other one, of course, the softball team winning just not too many months ago as well. And that looks like it is Braden Winterstein being helped off the field.
They got a tender leg, it looks like.
Looks like one of those legs is a little tender, getting a little assist on it, but he is moving both of them. He's not being carried off the field by any means. So that also a positive sign when it comes to an injury. Fishermen will have a tough job replacing Winterstein on offense for the rest of the game if he does indeed stay out, and I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't. Rube does play it safe in these non-league games. You'd rather have the kid healthy for the league games, and you'd rather have the kid healthy.
There it is.
I mean, there's no reason to push this.
No, this is a game.
It's just a game. It's a high school game. There's not money on the line. There's not your career on the line. It's fun. It's extracurricular.
Yep.
Don't get crazy.
And just like that, Stayton's going to throw a deep pass. Great job by number 6 for Astoria, Jacob Buros, for breaking up that play.
Deep throw attempted after the injury timeout, and good job by Viros. He was able to handle that defensively. He found the ball that time, stayed with the receiver, and the ball falls harmlessly to the turf. The Eagles now, of course, with the incomplete pass, get a stop clock at 49 seconds. It'll be second and about 8. They do lead this one 20-0 as they jumped out early, and the Fishermen just have not had a chance to respond and can't find a response yet. They've had a couple of big plays, but a couple of turnovers have thwarted the Fishermen's efforts. Now under center, hand off to their running back, Kerrigan, who finds some space. He's going to get about 2 to 3, and it'll bring up a 4th down. And we'll see if the Fishermen, if Rube calls the timeout here to force a 4th down play. Duryea was able to get in and knife down the tackle, so with about 4th and 3, Rube does not call the timeout. They will need to run one more play on 4th down, so the Fishermen can get the ball back. It's just a matter of how much time do they get the ball back with.
Yeah.
And it looks like they are content to let the clock tick before they run this play. So with under 10 seconds to go, the Fishermen might have a chance. And the Eagles bring the ball to the line of scrimmage, wait for the snap. 3, 2, they snap it. And the ball is handed off. Kerrigan's got it. He's got a 1st down, and the Fishermen stack him up. The officials finally blow it dead. Fishermen try to stack him up, maybe rip the ball out. The Fishermen and the officials wrap up the half at 20-0 deficit. And we'll be back for the second half in just a moment. We'll be checking in with some of the dance team, and of course we'll try to break down this game and get you set for the second half. We're going to take a quick timeout. Once again, the Stayton Eagles lead the Fishermen here 20-0 at CMH Field on ESPN 106.3.
Hi, I'm Renee, contractor and owner of Lucky Duct LLC. Since 2011, we've provided Clatsop and Pacific counties with professional HVAC duct cleaning and dryer vent system cleaning. Residential and commercial customers, call me 503-717-2231.
Lucky Duct with a T LLC. Your HVAC contractors, Clatsop and Pacific counties, residential and commercial, trained and professional technicians. Visit us online. Lucky Duct with a T LLC.
Are you currently in the market for a new car, truck, or SUV? Then look no further than Dane Gouge's Astoria Ford. With hundreds of makes and models to choose from, you're bound to find something you want, including the Ford F-150, best-selling truck in America, 47 years running. Stop by Dane Gouge's Astoria Ford today and take a test drive and find that new vehicle you have always wanted. Whether you're buying, selling, or trading, you always get the best deal at Dane Gouge's Astoria Ford, 1809 Ensign Lane across from Costco Gas, or visit them online at AstoriaFord.net.
Seaside Outlets, over 100,000 square feet of savings and shopping. Great food for every member of your family, featuring great names in retail like Nike, Eddie Bauer, Pendleton, Bath & Body Works, Rack Room Shoes, Rue 21, and Carter's. And it's all just a few blocks from the beach. Plus, there's no sales tax.
Seaside Outlets, 1111 North Roosevelt Highway 101 and 12th Avenue. Visit seasideoutlets.com.
Be ready for your future with Clatsop Community College. Take college-level classes at CCC while still in high school and transfer them to a university when you're ready. Or take technical education classes to develop your skills to be prepared for in-demand jobs in the region. Clatsop Community College can help you be ready for your future. Contact the admissions office or check out clatsopcc.edu for more information on all the programs and transfer options available. Start here, go anywhere with Clatsop Community College.
Marathon season is just around the corner, so quit running errands and start running for fun with North Coast Runners in Astoria. Stop in for nutrition on the go, info on local running groups, recommendations on where to run on the North Coast, and of course, all the gear you need, including being your Lululemon destination on the coast. Whether you're in Seaside, Napa, Astoria, Warrenton, or anywhere in between, North Coast Runners supports student athletes with available discounts. Check out northcoastrunners.com for more. Lace up and don't stop.
The Peter Pan Market and Deli is the perfect place to gather for a quick snack and one of their signature sandwiches before the game. Enjoy covered outdoor seating or sit inside with beers and ciders on tap and wine by the glass. You can relax with friends before heading to the game. Make Peter Pan Market and Deli your morning stop too. Grab a coffee and a bagel or other breakfast treat before work. Order ahead at peterpan2go.com. Peter Pan Market and Deli, 712 Niagara Avenue, Astoria. Your local corner store and more.
This is ESPN Radio.
Welcome back here to CMH Field as we are at halftime with the Stayton Eagles leading the Fishermen 20-0, and the Fishermen coming off a heartbreaking 20-17 fall to North Bend, trying to compete with the Stayton Eagles, coming in off a lightning scoring round against the Philomath team, beating them 52-27. And for the Stayton Eagles, it's Astoria tonight. Then they're off to face St. Helens, Gladstone, Riverdale, if that happens. Now, Gladstone, Riverdale, there's a little bit of something going on there. And we didn't talk a lot about that or at all about that yet today. They are new to the Coapa League. We did mention they're part of that 5 squad. That'll be the first game for the Fishermen coming up on the 3rd, as all of their October contests, all 5 Fridays, will be league games. They've got Stayton tonight. They've got the Dalles next week, then a week off, and then Malala, and then they start league play. And Gladstone, Riverdale struggling a little bit as they move up and trying to come up with numbers.
Yeah, not many people turned out for their team this year, and they had to forfeit tonight.
And so they forfeited tonight and week 0, I believe, as well. So they had to do 2 games. And I know Coach Rube talked a little bit about that last week's Rube report, that I mean, it's a program that's struggling a little bit, and they're trying to come up with numbers. And when you have a struggling program, numbers, are your biggest problem. It's hard to get kids to come out and play and participate, and you kind of have to build that culture. And hopefully for the Gladstone Riverdale team, they're able to do that and be a part of the Coapa League. It'd be a pleasure to have them in, and they'll be able to compete and in years build a better program as they move forward.
Exactly.
Here tonight, CMH Field, it is the Fishermen trailing the Stayton Eagles And the Stayton Eagles and Fishermen will resume their second half coming up in just a few minutes. We're going to take a quick timeout, come back. We'll be chatting with members of the dance team being recognized here at halftime as we watch some of the junior high players have a little scrimmage here at halftime as well. And congratulations once again to the dance team for their championship in March. Just a few short months ago, they wrapped up a back-to-back championship, and I tried to tease the triple header, but I couldn't bait the coach into saying it's guaranteed. She's definitely trying for it, but she's going to let it be what it is. But they built a pretty good culture on that dance team and a pretty good rapport, and I think a lot of young individuals jumping in on that team are ready to compete.
Definitely.
And I think they're kind of itching for that three-peat too. So
yeah, I would be.
Let's hope they get it. We'll talk with Coach Emily Madsen and a few of the other graduated seniors, no longer seniors, but freshmen now off in their next endeavors. We'll check in and see what they're off to next, and we'll check in with some of the dance team and the coach, Emily Madsen, in just a moment. Here at halftime, the Fishermen and Stayton Eagles, 20-0. The Fishermen find themselves behind at CMH Field. We'll have the second half kickoff coming up shortly here on ESPN 106.3.
Marathon season is just around the corner, so quit running errands and start running for fun with North Coast Runners in Astoria. Stop in for nutrition on the go, info on local running groups, recommendations on where to run on the North Coast, and of course, all the gear you need, including being your Lululemon destination on the coast. Whether you're in Seaside, Napa, Astoria, Warrenton, or anywhere in between, North Coast Runners supports student athletes with available discounts. Check out northcoastrunners.com for more. Lace up and don't stop.
Seaside Outlets, over 100,000 square feet of savings and shopping. Great food for every member of your family. Featuring great names in retail like Nike, Eddie Bauer, Pendleton, Bath & Body Works, Rack Room Shoes, Rue 21, and Carter's. And it's all just a few blocks from the beach. Plus, there's no sales tax.
Seaside Outlets, 1111 North Roosevelt Highway 101 and 12th Avenue. Visit seasideoutlets.com.
Are you currently in the market for a new car, truck, or SUV? Then look no further than Dane Gouge's Astoria Ford. With hundreds of makes and models to choose from, you're bound to find something you want, including the Ford F-150, best-selling truck in America, 47 years running. Stop by Dane Gouge's Astoria Ford today and take a test drive and find that new vehicle you have always wanted. Whether you're buying, selling, or trading, you always get the best deal at Dane Gouge's Astoria Ford, 1809 Ensign Lane across from Costco Gas, or visit them online at AstoriaFord.net.
The Peter Pan Market and Deli is the perfect place to gather for a quick snack and one of their signature sandwiches before the game. Enjoy covered outdoor seating or sit inside with beers and ciders on tap and wine by the glass. You can relax with friends before heading to the game. Make Peter Pan Market and Deli your morning stop too. Grab a coffee and a bagel or other breakfast treat before work. Order ahead at peterpan2go.com. Peter Pan Market and Deli, 712 Niagara Avenue, Astoria. Your local corner store and more.
Hi, I'm Renee, contractor and owner of Lucky Duck LLC. Since 2011, we've provided Clatsop and Pacific counties with professional HVAC duct cleaning and dryer vent system cleaning. Residential and commercial customers, call me 503-717-2231.
Lucky Duct with a T, LLC. Your HVAC contractors. Clatsop and Pacific counties. Residential and commercial. Trained and professional technicians. Visit us online. Lucky Duct with a T, LLC.
Hi, folks. These sports teams that we follow pride themselves on a long tradition of excellence. The same goes for the place you choose for your home loan. Northwest Lending Group is one of the longest continually operating mortgage lenders in Clatsop County. We've been here over 20 years. I invite you to give us a try. Let us show you how we've earned over 98% customer satisfaction rating. Find us at 1227 Commercial Street in Astoria, by phone at 503-325-4116, or apply online at nwlendinggroup.com.
Northwest Lending Group is an equal housing lender. NMLS 1469420, ML2891.
You're listening to Astoria High School Sports on 106.3 ESPN Radio.
at halftime between the Stayton Eagles and the Astoria Fishermen. And once again, joining us is the 2024-25 dance team, joined by Coach Emily Madsen, Bella Poe, Anna Holland, Dylan Candela, 3 seniors, 3 of the 4 captains. At this point, kind of stepping away and getting to just now watch from the sidelines. Is that really different to just sit on the sidelines and not participate?
Yeah, it's really fun seeing how the team is evolving into something new, but it's kind of weird not being on the team and not competing or performing in front of everyone.
And that, of course, is Anna Holland and Bella off to do things this year?
Yeah, I'm headed to Oregon State in about 2 weeks. My major is psychology. I hope to keep dancing. Not super serious anymore, because just to focus on like school and education and stuff. But
That's fair. That's what college should be about, right?
yeah, but I'm really excited and I love it there.
And Anna, we'll give you a chance. What are you off to this year?
I'm off to the University of Oregon in their honors college. I'll be studying business administration with, we're still looking at the different minor and at their concentration options. I hope to continue dancing through like classes that they offer, but not competitively anymore.
And Dylan, what's next for you?
I'm also headed off to University of Oregon. I'm majoring in human physiology with a minor in Spanish and a minor in dance, and then hoping to continue dancing in some other way.
And it sounds like maybe a vacation to Spain.
Yes.
It would be good there, yeah. So, well, best of luck, all 3 of you. We'll get a chance to get your coach in, Coach Emily Madsen. These girls are gone. 3 of the 4 captains sitting right here. Obviously, the 4th captain also not a part of the team this year, from last year, from the 2024-25. Like, they just competed in March, not that long ago. 7 seniors gone, almost a new team this year. How do you get to the three-peat? Or do we even dare mention the three-peat?
First of all, it's hard sitting here with them because I still feel like they'll never not be a part of our team. But I am really excited about the new kids that came out this year. We have 11 returning, but we have 25 on the team.
That's a big change. I mean, you're losing half a team and gaining a new half.
Yes. And I think the new energy is good. All the kids that got to go to camp with us this summer, they just brought it, and they're pretty fearless, and I'm excited about that.
Were you girls able to help, talking with Bella, Anna, and Dylan, help with the camp during the summer a little bit?
Yeah, Bella and I actually interned at the camp and were helping out in all of the classes. The campus has like 300 dancers. It's where you can learn some of the half times and gain dance experience, and it was fun to intern and get to see our team shine.
And put a little pressure on, I'm sure, for that three-peat, right?
Yeah, so we've been going to, it's called Thunderbird Dance Camp. You go every year. So, yeah, me and Dylan got to intern, and that was super fun to go back and actually, like, be a part of that now, like, giving back. And just, like, we still got to dance there at camps this year, so that was also nice. We got to be there with the team, like, again.
Sure. And Coach, bringing in the younger kids, over half the team is new to the program, whether they be at any level, senior, juniors, sophomore, or freshman. How do you bring them in and fold them into what, at this point, can be classified as a championship team culture?
Honestly, we lead with fun and bonding, and we make that a priority right off the bat to make everyone feel like they are in an atmosphere where they can be safe to make mistakes, and they can be built up by their teammates when they do make mistakes, or when they are just on fire, they're going to hear it. So we just create a really safe, positive, team-building atmosphere right off the get-go. A lot of late nights at camp, a lot of laughing, and just getting to see kids come out of their shells. You meet them for the first time and they're really shy and quiet, and then all of a sudden they're showing you a whole dance routine in their pajamas, and it just right off the bat, that's one of the reasons we go to camp, is to just become a team. Unfortunately, not everyone can always come to camp if they have family vacations planned. So now it's about like, okay, let's get more team bonding things so we can all be on the same page, because when it is go time, those more intensive practices, I'm going to be asking a lot out of them, and I want them to know that I have their back, and I want them to know that their teammates have their back. So just getting everybody feeling like a family as soon as possible so that we can put in some hard work together and and make it happen.
And I would assume that this is one of those sports that's a little different than most other sports. You look at most, even baseball, football, softball, basketball, there's a lot of individual things you can do before you come to the team. And team chemistry always, plays a part no matter what you do. But when it comes to what you guys are doing, I mean, it's almost 99% team chemistry. What you can do as an individual is great, and you can only hone that so far. But if you're not in sync with the person next to you, you can be a great dancer and look kind of silly.
Right. And, there's a lot of trust. We do a ton of lifting where kids can be really vulnerable safety-wise. So they need to know that my teammate's not going to drop me on my head, and they're going to take care of me.
Sure. Once again, being honored at halftime, the 24-25 dance team for Astoria, here with Coach Emily Madsen, Bella Poe, Anna Holland, and Dylan Candela. And girls, thanks again for stopping in at both pregame and halftime to chat with us. We'll let you off the hook, and congratulations on back-to-back champions, and hopefully this year you get to cheer them on to a three-peat.
Let's go. Thank
you. This is ESPN Radio on KKOR AM 1230 and 106.3 K2464BV, Astoria, Warrenton, Seaside.
Hi, I'm Renee, contractor and owner of Lucky Duck LLC. Since 2011, we've provided Clatsop and Pacific counties with professional HVAC duct cleaning and dryer vent system cleaning. Residential and commercial customers, call me 503-717-2231.
Lucky Duct with a T, LLC. Your HVAC contractors. Clatsop and Pacific counties. Residential and commercial. Trained and professional technicians. Visit us online. Lucky Duct with a T, LLC.
Seaside Outlets, over 100,000 square feet of savings and shopping. Great food for every member of your family. Featuring great names in retail like Nike, Eddie Bauer, Pendleton, Bath & Body Works, Rack Room Shoes, Rue 21, and Carter's. And it's all just a few blocks from the beach. Plus, there's no sales tax.
Seaside Outlets, 1111 North Roosevelt Highway 101 and 12th Avenue. Visit seasideoutlets.com.
Joe's Mobile. Fuel, diesel, groceries, snacks, beer, propane, hunting and fishing licenses, firewood, and so much more. 1701 Marine Drive in Astoria. Coming in, going out, or passing through Astoria. Joe's Mobile is your one stop where the people are friendly and the store is stocked with everything you need. All debit, EBT, and credit accepted. Joe's Mobile. Mobile Synergy fuel and diesel. Pump your own 24 hours a day at Joe's Mobile. Wait for it.
At Joe's Mobile.
Hungry? Thirsty? Craving something delicious? Get to the Peter Pan Market and Deli in Astoria. They've got your cravings covered, from fresh sandwiches and salads to gourmet coffee and snacks. The deli is stocked with hand-picked ingredients, ensuring the highest quality in every bite. Need groceries? You're covered there too, with a wide selection of necessities and locally sourced products. The Peter Pan Market and Deli at 712 Niagara Avenue in Astoria. Visit online at peterpantogo.com for online ordering options. Taste the difference at Peter Pan Market and Deli.
Be ready for your future with Clatsop Community College. Take college-level classes at CCC while still in high school and transfer them to a university when you're ready. Or take technical education classes to develop your skills to be prepared for in-demand jobs in the region. Clatsop Community College can help you be ready for your future. Contact the admissions office or check out clatsopcc.edu for more information on all the programs and transfer options available. Start here, go anywhere with Clatsop Community College.
Hi, folks. These sports teams that we follow pride themselves on a long tradition of excellence. The same goes for the place you choose for your home loan. Northwest Lending Group is one of the longest continually operating mortgage lenders in Clatsop County. We've been here over 20 years. I invite you to give us a try. Let us show you how we've earned over 98% customer satisfaction rating. Find us at 1227 Commercial Street in Astoria, by phone at 503-325-4116, or apply online at nwlendinggroup.com.
Northwest Lending Group is an equal housing lender. NMLS 1469420. ML2891.
Kevin Harlan here from Monday Night Football on Westwood One. Join me and Hall of Fame quarterback Kurt Warner in Chicago when the Bears host the Minnesota Vikings. It's an NFC North battle from Soldier Field. Vikings, Bears on Monday Night Football.
Brought to you locally by Peter Pan Market and Deli, Astoria Ford, Joe's Mobile, the Seaside Outlets, Northwest Lending Group, Clatsop Community College, Lucky Duct HVAC and Dryer Duct Cleaning, and North Coast Runner Supply. On 106.3 ESPN Radio. This is ESPN Radio.
Back here at CMH Field, and the dance team getting their final round of applause as the last couple of members get their rings. Congratulations once again, back-to-back champions, the Astoria dance team. Let's hear it for them all. And, of course, standing together are the three young gals I got to talk to a little bit earlier, Bella Poe, Anna Holland, and Dylan. I can never remember her last name. It's going to kill me. I'm going to have to look it up really quick. But Dylan, they were fantastic. They came in and talked to us and talked to me. Had a chance to talk to them. Bob, unfortunately, didn't get a chance to sit with them. Dylan Candela, that's it. I always want to say it wrong, and I'm not going to say it wrong. So Dylan Candela, those three came in and talked to me, graduating seniors off on their next adventures. And congratulations to all three of them as the dance team back-to-back champions, and what a great honor, what a great effort by those girls. And like I said before, we talked a little bit about it's so much more than just a dance team that gets together on the weekends or once or twice a week to put together a halftime routine. So if you're sitting in the stands and the only performances you get to sit are the few at halftime of a football game or at a basketball game, no, there is so much more of it, and they perform in actual competitions with crowds. And now they don't get a lot of home events, and that would be great if Astoria could host one at some point. But if you get a chance to go visit, if you get a chance to go to drive to Portland and cheer these girls on, I would highly encourage it, because it is not just a something to do on the weekends. This is a competition. Like I said, camps with over 300 participants. These girls on this team are working hard to put something together, and congratulations to Coach Emily Madsen for back-to-back championships here with Astoria, and they are looking to keep that going. I tried to bait them into it a little bit, but they wouldn't officially go along with me. But the three-peat would be pretty cool. And Emily did talk a little bit about they've kind of built themselves into this thing. When you go play, if you want to compare this, we're playing a football game, we're calling a football game, so let's talk about that. Your team has to go play the Kansas City Chiefs. Let's say, look, there's a little fear when you play Patrick Mahomes.
Totally.
For a long time, there was a little fear when you faced off against Tom Brady and Bill Belichick. There was fear. You walked in already going, well, let's see if we can get this done today.
Yeah.
And, they talk a little bit about that when the other teams see Astoria walk in. It's like, uh-oh. All right, so we gotta buck up here, because these teams are going to be good. And, that's kind of one of the differences maybe in this competition and some other competitions is the other teams from the other schools are all cheering for each other to some degree.
Sure.
You just want to be better than them.
That's right.
But you're not cheering against them necessarily.
Yep.
It's a wholesome, fun, camaraderie. She's trying to build that with this team. And there is the banner as they present it on the field. You get a little cheer from the crowd as the banner will be hung.
Banner hang proudly in our gym.
You can catch that in the Fish Bowl coming up this season.
Years to come. And once again, congratulations, Pizzazz, a way to represent Astoria High School in our community. We look forward to seeing you in the new season, and we know you'll continue to make us proud.
Turn things over to the PA announcer.
Yeah, he was saying everything we were.
Yeah, let him say it. So congratulations to the girls out there, like we talked about, just winning this recently, really. I mean, in May, in March, excuse me. So, not that long ago, less than a year ago. And congratulations to the team and to all the members and the sponsors and those parents who drive and get their student athletes to competitions and everywhere else to make sure that they can do that. Big round of applause to all of those girls picking up their back-to-back championship.
Consecutive, yep.
That's pretty cool. And, of course, we are getting ready to go here for second half between Astoria and the Stayton Eagles, and the Eagles will receive the kickoff to start the half as they won the toss, deferred. Fisherman got the ball first, so by rule, the Eagles will get the ball to start things off. They find themselves up 20-0. And I honestly, when we talk about adjustments or when we talk about what happens here in the second half, I got to think really there's not a lot of adjustments on the Stayton Eagles side.
No, they're playing a great game. Very effective running the game. At the same time, with Astoria focuses on that, they're not afraid to lob one down the field for another touchdown. We watched it happen.
And they've proven that they not only can they hit you on the ground game, but they can also find some space in the air as well. As far as the Fishermen are concerned, the Fishermen are going to have to try to come up with some answers on offense, really.
Yep.
Defensively, yes, they need to get some stops, and they've gotten some stops.
They're plugging the line.
You know, they've gotten better as the game has gone on of shutting down what the Eagles can do. But offensively, last week the Fishermen looked pretty good. They had some things going their way. They started out this game not real well, and they found themselves down 14-0, and now they're trying to maybe push things a little bit more, or just things aren't working. And so Coach Rube is going to come in here in the second half, and let's see what he changes. Let's see what he finds. Are we going to see more in the screen game? Are we going to see more in the running game? We haven't seen a lot of things work for the Fishermen consistently.
Right.
So we've seen some passing game work. We've seen some quarterback keeper work. I would imagine that if the Eagles show they can't stop that, we're going to see more. I mean, it's
you're going to exploit it.
You know, it's one of those whole things. It's why do we keep seeing the same play? Well, we're going to run it till it doesn't, kind of thing. So you're going to see some of that potentially from the Fishermen, but they need to find some answers. And what they've been looking at right now, or at least up to this point, isn't working well.
No.
It's working at times, but not all the time. And so they're going to have to try to find the ones that give them more consistency. And when they do get big plays, and they've had a couple of them, there's been some holding penalties, and that has been their Achilles heel over the last couple of seasons, is silly penalties on good drives, good plays when they really need them. And they've had a couple of those tonight.
Easy third downs that get converted back, and they got a long ways to go with that penalty.
Exactly.
We've watched it a couple times tonight, but hopefully that doesn't.
Well, good news. Winterstein is out there to kick off the second half. He's going to keep this one low and squib it off. It's going to bounce at the 30, and it's going to get handled at the 26. Fishermen do a good job of getting down there and wrapping up the ball carrier. And coming up with the tackle, that looked like, I believe, it was Isaac Crawford, the junior, on the kickoff return, getting down there to make the tackle. And that could be one of those opportunities the Fishermen maybe were looking for, the squib kick, see if they can't mishandle it, see if you can't shake one loose and
steal it. Squibbed all over the place there.
Steal a possession.
Yeah.
So the Fishermen will start on defense. Defensively, they've got 4 defensive backs, and it looks like they're going to go a little bit more linebacker heavy, although our linebackers are not huge. We do have a few out there. Hill, Jacob Silver. And against the shotgun, the Eagles turn in the backfield, and the Fishermen wrap up after about a 3-yard gain. Man in motion creates the confusion, and the quarterback turns and twists, and there's 3 guys right there you can hand off to the guy flying in motion. You got the up back, you got the deep back, and this one goes to the deep back for about 3. It'll be second down now, and about 7 to go. We'll see if the Fishermen, if Jeremy Poyer helping out on defense this year for the Fishermen, if he doesn't start sending a few more linebacker blitzes to see if he can't get in the backfield and disrupt some of that trickery and some of that.
I was just going to say, we have not seen much penetration on that line.
No, some commotion in the backfield, and he does walk the linebackers up here. He has Hill and Silver both in the gap above the center. Danson is Silver, and they both retreat. Great stop as they try to come around the right side. Fishermen able to get there. Defensive end, Duryea snags for about 1.5 yards, maybe. No, just a yard.
Yeah, if that.
The lean forward I thought gave him a little bit more, but no, just about 1 yard maybe. So 3rd and about 6. The Fishermen this time send in looks like nickel set. 2 linebackers stay in, Hill and Silver. And Gore, Morrow.
We sure like to play at this line with that pole.
Right here, it's difficult. They're in that perfect spot from our vantage point where the defense is lined up right behind that pole there. Out of shotgun, Eagles look, can't find anybody, and Duryea's right there and getting smacked and almost intercepted right in the lap of Morrow at the 49-yard line. It falls incomplete. Duryea was putting some pressure on the quarterback, and I did not see, I think it might have been Colt Kelly who came through and absolutely just blasted the quarterback, put his helmet right in his chest, and took him down. So, good defensive play. Sets up a 4th and about 6. And it appears that the Eagles will punt. 2 guys go back for the Fishermen. And the punt is over end and handled. And cutting up the middle, finding a little bit of space, but not enough, is Biros. It looks like Jacob Biros. About an 8-yard return as he squirts up to the 39.
I think that's going to be the best field position Astoria's taken at the start of a drive yet tonight, so hopefully they'll be able to do something with it.
Let's see if they can make something happen here in the third quarter. 9 minutes remain, and they are down 20-0. Still a lot of time left and a lot of opportunity. It's high school football. We've seen stranger things happen, and 3 scores isn't a lot to overcome in a half. So the Fishermen here with 4 wide receivers for Shacker, spread out. Man in motion, hands off to the backfield, and Johnson can't get free. It's going to be a short gain, if anything. See where they spot, and maybe just the length of a ball is all he really got. It'll be second down with now under 9 minutes to go here in the quarter. It'll be about 8:30 when they are able to get the snap off. And the Fishermen need to not necessarily rush. They don't necessarily need to go to the air and panic. Like I said, 3 scores, but you definitely need more than short gains. The old 3 yards in a cloud of dust isn't going to get it done. When you're down 3 scores, you got to try to find at least 1 or 2 quick scores if you can get one. 3 receivers out to the right. And Shacker looks quickly up the middle on the seam, and a great catch, and he spins through some tackles. What a great job by Archer Hawkins. The senior wide receiver snatched one up the seam. It was a short pickup, and then he squirted free and picked up a few extra yards.
He did. Made a lot easier conversion on this one.
Yeah, he turns it from a third and about 4 to about a third and a foot and a half, maybe.
Yeah.
And the Fishermen will go out of shotgun with 3 receivers, 2 backs in the backfield. And nobody in motion yet. And it's going to be a quarterback keeper off the right side. No! Closed down.
Loss of 1 on that.
It's going to be a loss of at least 1. And this is going to be a decision for the Fishermen. 2 to go, 4th down. Archer Hawkins was trying, I think, to pick up a block on that side and couldn't quite get it. A little out of position. And Shacker just could not find a block to get free. 7:20 here in the third quarter. Fishermen line up to go for it here on 4th and 2 from the 47-yard line. You need to get to the 49, and the shotgun snap is handled. Shacker looks to throw. Ball's tipped, but in the hands. And a first down at the 45-yard line for Winterstein.
It's number 4.
Number 4 out there. Sawyer Rashawn.
Yep.
Rashawn is able to make the catch on the short pass, but hey, when you only need 2 and you get 5, you'll take it.
Heck yeah, it keeps that drive alive.
Good conversion there by the Fishermen. And here we go. 45-yard line, 1st and 10. 6:45 to go. Fishermen look with 2 backs in the backfield, a little more protection. And it's going to be the pitch. They fake it. Gore's got it. Can't clear the end. It gets sprung out. Now finds some space. It's going to be just a short gain. And 88 is in the sideline here. And so is number 9 for the Eagles. Got 2 players, Sean and that's going to be number 9, Fred. As Gore gets shoved out of bounds, he was well in the strip, and he's going to get a push. And then there's some extracurricular stuff after the play. 88 stayed in the sideline and kind of was puffing the chest a little bit. And wisely, the Fishermen didn't do anything stupid, or at least didn't see. I didn't see anything stupid.
Fishermen held each other back. But I thought Rube was going to get on him.
And that's one of those dangerous things when you get an opponent in your sideline. It's really easy to try to get a cheap shot in and do something silly. And Fishermen wisely, I did see one Fisherman player put a hand on his chest and say, nope, we're not doing this. We're not doing this. And, of course, that can always be insightful as well. So we'll see what the officials sort out here. As I saw about 6 flags and a hat. So personal foul against the defense, and that is going to be, I believe, on the tackle out of bounds. And then that's the only call that I think I saw. So just 1 personal foul in the end of it. And honestly, once it got into the sidelines, it settled down pretty quickly. So I don't know that there was any need to call extra penalties.
No, it wasn't there yet. I imagine they got a little bit of a warning, but.
Ball on the 27.
So the ball moves up to the 27-yard line. 6:33 here in the third quarter. The Fishermen,
they're going to get a first down. And
will get a free first down after the play, after the good play by Gore, and then after the penalty. And here we go. 3 receivers out. And Shacker's going to roll out to his right. He's got protection. He looks and overthrows his receiver. Defender almost had a better shot at that, leaning forward. Jace Egbert, I believe, out there on the coverage. And Shacker was just trying to roll out to his right, trying to find Rashawn one more time, and it just wasn't there.
No, it was not.
And even if he would have thrown that at Rashawn, it might have been intercepted. So probably better to just throw that one away, get it out, and try again on second down. Fishermen get into the huddle. Coach Rube talking to his team. It looks like maybe the official there, but mostly the team. I couldn't tell if he was not necessarily yelling, but communicating through the official to his team or to the official directly. With 3 receivers to the right, 1 back staying in. This time it's a quick pass out and handled by Hawkins, who gets met immediately and goes down.
No loss on the play.
Sawyer Rashawn was out there trying to pick up a block, and he got 1, but not the other 3 players as they collapsed quickly. So nowhere to go there. Maybe just a minor short sneak of a gain, pretty much back to the line of scrimmage. And it's going to be a 3rd and, for all intents and purposes, 10. Fishermen moving the ball well, trying to make some noise, and they get bogged down here. Let's see if they can convert this 3rd down. And I think this is one of those situations that Rube's going to be happy with a 6 or 7 yard pickup if that's what comes of it. And it's a 2-down type of scenario. Shacker waits. 2 receivers on either side. He's got the snap Gore in motion and the fake handoff. Shacker's going to keep it up the middle and go nowhere.
Loss of 3.
Loss of a couple on that one for sure. And so the Eagles come up big on defense, and it will be 4th and more than 10 to go. They're going to give him some forward progress on that, it looks like. So it's not going to be too bad. 4th and about 10 still to go. They gave him some forward progress. He did get pushed backwards a little bit, but you'd love to have a 4th and shorter than 10 for sure if you're going to have to go for it. Fisherman could not muster anything. So here they go with shotgun formation. 3 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Shacker by himself in the backfield. Linebackers walk up. Looks like they're coming on the blitz. Shacker looks. He's got a receiver wide open in the middle. And on the post play, right inside the 5-yard line, Archer Hawkins.
Huge first down all the way to the 3.
That is a monster play for the Fishermen right here. Archer Hawkins in the middle of the 3-man side. Hits on the post, and the linebacker not deep enough to cover. And the defensive backs too deep, covering the outside receivers, and great hook up there. And on the run, the next run, it goes nowhere.
Loss of 2 on the play. That was number 21 for Astoria, Jack Johnson.
Jack Johnson struggling to find some space in this game. He's had a couple of good runs, but not a lot of them strung together. For those not paying attention to the NFL, the Chargers did go on to beat the Chiefs 27-21.
Good for them.
That's too bad. Not a lot of Chiefs fans in this box.
No.
Fishermen now facing a 2nd down and goal to go. Shacker in the shotgun looks. Linebackers stay home. Shacker pulls the ball back, rolls to his right, avoids the pressure, throws into the end zone. Almost intercepted right there at the sideline in the end zone, and it falls safely out of bounds.
He did have a receiver, but number 27 for the Eagles, that is Jace Egbert.
Jumped right in front of that.
Jumped it up in front.
Did a good job of jumping in front of that and tipping it away. And the Fishermen did have a receiver. I think that was Rashawn back there. And it was a tight window to throw in and couldn't quite get the completion. So, 3rd and goal from about the 6-yard line.
Put it in. Let's hear it.
I would imagine this would be a 2-down possession for the Fishermen. And Shacker in the shotgun waits. He's got the ball. He's looking. Goes up the middle and tipped away. Intercepted at the 1-yard line. The Eagles will take possession. Black comes away with his 2nd pick of the game. It's tipped away, and Black snatches it right up off the turf as he's going down. He'll be down at the 1-yard line. The Fishermen's efforts thwarted.
The announcer's booth here.
3 minutes and 37 seconds to go here in the third quarter, and the Eagles defense comes up huge on the tip pass. And the Fishermen wouldn't have scored on that one, I don't think. It had been caught as the receiver was on the 1 yard line, and the defensive back was right there on his back and would have probably drug him down, but it certainly would have been a opportunity at the goal line to do something. So here on defense, the Fishermen do have an opportunity, and we'll see if Poyer does send the blitz. This is a great opportunity on defense if you can try to knife in and pick up the 2 points on the safety.
Grab that safety.
Eagles line up. Looks like they're in shotgun. See if you can rattle the young sophomore quarterback. And the snap is in. They fake the handoff. Quarterback keeps it, dances around. He's going to get just a short gain. A little bit of breathing room for the Eagles. Under 3.5 to go now here in the half. This is one of those gambling situations. You see it from time to time, and every now and then you'll see a team rip off a huge 90-plus yard run,
right?
Because they avoid the blitz, or they run to the wrong side of the blitz, or they hit it just right, and the defense is gambling for the big one, and so is the offense, and one or the other happens. Safety or 99 yards. It's one or the other. Be 95 if it happens for the Eagles here as they go back under center and stack things up. Fishermen get into the backfield, get a little penetration, and running back is free and out to the 17-yard line. But you may have heard my partner holler, and Laundry flew at the 5.
I think we're going to have a hold against Stayton.
Well, you can't take 10 away, but you can take half of it, and they will. Looks like that is the indication from the official.
Holding.
Indeed, holding is the call. So if it's at about the 5 or 6 yard line, that'll put it at about the 2.5. Not a long walk for the official here. Don't worry about your step counter. You're not going to get many in.
Half the distance to the goal.
2:47 here in the third quarter. 20-0 Eagles after the interception have possession, and a 2nd and 10 from the 2 yard line. Mist settling in here at CMH Field. The marine layer starting to kind of float in and give us a more accommodating fall evening.
I saw some hot chocolates getting sold at halftime, Rob.
Handoff up the middle is free and clear as fullback finds some space. Wyatt Fred is going to get a first down all the way up to the 16, 17-yard line, as I think the linebackers did hit the outside gaps, and they handed to the up back, and the fullback, who is dangerous,
just took advantage,
took advantage of the linebackerless inside, and they found the space.
That'll give them their breathing room they were wanting, and a first down.
And a first down indeed. So under 2 minutes here in this quarter. 10 to go for the Eagles. They retain possession. And now the Fishermen. Looks like with the nickel setup as they go under center. And more running room had for the Eagles as they find another 13. Wyatt Fred, the up back, grinding this one away. And I wouldn't be shocked now with the running game of the Eagles if this isn't what you would call a mortar and pestle game.
Yep.
We're just going to grind the Fishermen right into dust.
Mm-hmm.
And they've got the running game to definitely do that. It's going to be up to the Fishermen to try to stop that. I'm surprised here on first down that the Fishermen haven't got back to the extra linebacker. They're staying with the defensive backs. They've got 5 of them with just Hawkins and Hill in at linebacker. Eagles come back up under center. This will be a prime opportunity for the Fishermen to potentially send a free safety in on a blitz. Look for Isaac Crawford to do so. This time they get in and stop for just a short gain, 2 yards on the play. And this time it was Kerrigan with the run. Under a minute now to go here in the third quarter. Fishermen and Eagles battling. The Eagles jumped out to a 20-0 lead at halftime, and the game has bogged down a little bit. Been a defensive struggle for both teams and an offensive struggle to get things going. The Fishermen were on the move, but unfortunately threw that pick at the goal line. Tipped pass interception, and the Eagles now with possession and a 2nd down and 7. 2nd and 8 under center. Fishermen stay in the 5 defensive backs, and Fred runs forward for about 4. Spot the ball right at the 40-yard line. And it is 3 yards and a cloud of dust now for the Eagles as they try to not only grind the Fishermen, but grind the clock as well. A couple of defensive subs for the Fishermen. They're going to stay in the 5 defensive backs set. That is Isaac Crawford for the Fishermen, trying to play the 5th defensive back and free safety. And after 3, 20-0 is where we stand. We'll come back in just a minute and have the 4th quarter right here on ESPN 106.3.
Hi, I'm Renee, contractor and owner of Lucky Duck LLC. Since 2011, we've provided Clatsop and Pacific counties with professional HVAC duct cleaning and dryer vent system cleaning. Residential and commercial customers, call me 503-717-2231.
Lucky Duck with a T, LLC. Your HVAC contractors. Clatsop and Pacific counties. Residential and commercial. Trained and professional technicians. Visit us online. Lucky Duck with a T, LLC.
Marathon season is just around the corner, so quit running errands and start running for fun with North Coast Runners in Astoria. Stop in for nutrition on the go, info on local running groups, recommendations on where to run on the North Coast, and of course, all the gear you need, including being your Lululemon destination on the coast. Whether you're in Seaside, Napa, Astoria, Warrenton, or anywhere in between, North Coast Runners supports student athletes with available discounts. Check out northcoastrunners.com for more. Lace up and don't stop.
You're listening to Astoria High School Sports on 106.3 ESPN Radio.
Welcome back here to CMH Field as we get underway in the 4th quarter. And the Eagles with the run on 3rd down, trying to find 5 yards as they now move right to left. Will be right at the stick. We'll see where they mark it. The official looks like he's waving them forward, so enough. A 1st down for the Eagles as they continue to grind here now into the 4th quarter. Jumped out to that early 14-0 lead, picked up another one, missed the extra point. That's where we stand, 20-0 at halftime. And here in the 3rd and now 4th quarter, it's been a situation where the Eagles have been in a little trouble in the 3rd quarter as the Fishermen made some noise, but they came away with a tip pass interception. And now they are just grinding the Fishermen with that running game, that strong running game they have with Wyatt Kerrigan and Wyatt Fred, that is, as they come up under center.
Astoria did shut down the running game in the 2nd. Let's hope they can do it again.
And the handoff to the deep back. No, quarterback's going to keep it, roll this way, and look, he's throwing deep. They did it earlier, and this time it is up and intercepted. The Fishermen will have life as it looks like indeed a wrestle between 2 players.
That's number 33 for Astoria. That's Isaac Crawford.
Isaac Crawford gets up there and wrestles it away from the wide receiver. And a good job by Crawford to turn the tide here in the 4th quarter. So now just under 11 minutes to go in the contest. The Fishermen, a little life breathed into the effort.
That's exactly what they needed.
Crawford comes away with a big one. A not necessarily questionable call, but interesting call for the Eagles as they roll out, try to look for the big home run hit, and instead throw the interception.
The Eagles quarterback saw the pressure coming, and I think he panicked through that one a little bit.
Fishermen throw this time right out here to the sideline. Gore's got it for a 7-yard pickup, it looks like. Looks like they're going to mark him out of bounds at the 35-yard line. And the Fishermen might go with not necessarily a no huddle, but a hustle huddle. And they don't. They're going to go ahead and huddle up quickly and break huddle. Not quite a hustle huddle, but pretty close to it. Fishermen line up, send out receivers to either side. 2. Gore goes out to play the second receiver. Well, Hawkins lines up in the flanker position, it looks like. Linebacker dances up, retreats, 4-man backfield or 4-man front, and a catch on the sideline is no good. Trying to hit Jack Johnson leaking out of the backfield and couldn't quite do it.
Stepped out before he was able to grab the ball.
I don't see a lot of arguing on the sideline either, so I think it was a close catch right on the sideline in front of his own team, and I would imagine that if he had caught that, the Fishermen might be a little more emphatic that, no, that was a catch, but they're not. So I'm assuming the officials got that one right without question.
Had a pretty good eye on that one, and his foot was definitely out.
Fishermen line up now on a 3rd and short. Shacker all by himself in the backfield. Looks, short pass is in and good on the flanker to Gore. Gore can't dance away from the defender, so it'll be a 7-yard pickup and a first down. Positive yards, the sticks move. It's exactly what the Fishermen need now with 10:17 to go. And because of the first down, the clock will hold for a second till they reset the sticks. And the official winds it. The Fishermen break their loose huddle and now send out 3 receivers to the right for Shacker. He's all by himself in the backfield. They've had a little success with the empty backfield. We'll see if the Eagles at this point continue to play a zone and stay back, or if they send the blitz. 4-man rush comes, and the Fishermen get one off. That time to Morrow on the sideline. He makes a guy miss and picks up about 15, if not 16. We'll see where they mark him on the sideline there.
I said 16, Rob. I think you got it.
First down for sure either way. Is a great hookup there by Shacker and Morrow on the sideline. The opposing sideline, right in front of the Eagles. Morrow gets it, shakes a tackle, gives him a little shoulder shake. Tackler goes by, and he's able to turn around and go upfield for a few more yards.
Ball is now at the Eagles' 43.
1st and 10 from there. Shacker again in the backfield by himself with 5 receivers out, 3 to his right. He looks, going to his left this time, and he's got on the sideline Morrow with the same play this time. The tackle doesn't slip, and it's going to be at least 4 yards. We'll see where the official marks forward progress here as Morrow gets up to hand him the ball, and he does walk it up a little bit farther, so it looks like maybe a 5-yard pickup. 4.5 maybe.
Yep.
Clock ticks under 9 minutes. Fishermen need to pick up at least one score quickly as time is ticking away, down 3. Shacker this time brings Johnson into the backfield with him. On his right hip, he's got 3 receivers out to his left. Keeps it, follows Johnson up the gap and gets a few. And it looks like the ball might have come out late as the Eagles jump on it, but the officials call him down after a 3-yard gain.
And a long 2.
It's going to be a long 2.5 for the Fishermen here on 3rd down, and this might be one of those situations where you still can sneak a run in. You know, if you get this to 4th and short, it still works.
It sure does.
Johnson stays in the backfield with the Fisherman quarterback, Shacker. He's got 3 receivers to his right. Johnson on his right hip. And he looks quickly and finds the catch to Hawkins, who's got a guy draped around his hip. And at the 30-yard line, the Fishermen come away with 6 yards and a first down. Quick hitter to Hawkins in the middle. Archer Hawkins reaches up and snatches that on his shoulder and almost lost it, but right there on his back shoulder is able to handle it. The defensive back is right there wrapping him up on the hips, took him on a kind of a strange twist, but he was able to hold on and pick up the first down. So 1st and 10 from the 30 for the Fishermen. 7.5 to go here in the contest, down 20. Shacker moves his running back Johnson to his right side, and he's got his 3 wide receivers lined up on that side as well. Ball is in the middle of the field, and Shacker's going to hand off to Johnson, who finds a little space up the middle, gets free and breaks free. Another tackle and down to the 15, at least the 17. We'll see where the scrum piles up, but what a great job by Johnson that time, finally to shake a couple tackles and get himself down, and another first down for the Fishermen. Finally, a really good drive for the Fishermen, as they are marching the ball well here against the Eagles. 2 receivers on either side. Shacker looks, Johnson stays to protect. Ball comes in. Gore's got it. Gore's down to the 15. No, not quite. Gore's going to get past the 15 to the 12, it looks like. Be a pickup of 7. Gore catches that one, makes a guy miss, and then dances into the middle a little bit farther to the hash, and great pickup by Gore.
Exactly. Positive yards every play. Let's just keep it going. They're marching that field all the way down.
Gore is athletic, and he's nifty once he gets the ball in his hands. He's long and lanky, but he's nifty when he runs for sure, and that gets free. Shacker rolls to his left. He's looking. He rolls back in, throws high, and that one off the receiver's hand falls safe.
A potential interception on that. Number 42 for the Eagles was looking to grab it.
He was hawking that one pretty good. Cody Johnson, once again, above his head a little bit. Shacker got him a little high there, and again, that's one of those things that If it hits your hands, you got to catch the ball. Well, you know what? Put shoulder pads on, a helmet, try to reach over your head and catch one of those things coming at speedball speed. 6 minutes to go. Ball is incomplete. Clock stops, so 20-0. Fishermen threatening now from the 11-yard line. Need just 3 for a first down here on third down. Shacker looks to his right. He's got his receiver on the sideline, and that should be enough. It'll be close.
It's going to be real close, Rob.
Jack Johnson sneaks out of the backfield there, right on the sideline at the 7-yard line.
They're going to.
Indeed, they are going to give it to him. So the stick holders will back up. The first down marker will step up. First and goal for the Fishermen now from the 7-yard line. Fishermen keep Sawyer Rashawn on the right side, send 3 receivers to the other. That's Gore, Morrow, and Hawkins. Shacker's going to roll that way to the strong side. Look back, can't find anybody. He's got green grass in front of him, still looking, can't find anybody, and he might even lose a yard on this one. No, excuse me, he'll go down inside the 5, wrong line. The yard marker guy standing far enough back had me confused there for a second, so he'll get down to about the 2-yard line. A good job by him this time. Last time he threw that, I think, and forced the interception. When he tried to throw this time, he faked the pass, tucked it, and squirreled himself inside to the 2-yard line. Good job by Shacker there. And Shacker comes in in shotgun with 3 receivers to his right. Strong side of the field, looks to his left, the one-on-one, throws to the outside to Morrow, and this time they can't hook up. Morrow's done a great job putting his foot in the grass and stepping towards the out-of-bounds line and getting free. And he almost had it there. Shacker let him just a little too far. So third down from 2. Fisherman crowd coming alive here, hoping their fishermen can get onto the scoreboard and see if they can't make a little noise here against the Eagles. Strong side of the field is the right side. That's where they've got the most space. Shacker's got Johnson on his right hip there. 2 receivers to either side. A little more spread out here on the right. He's going to hand off to Johnson, who gets immediately hammered.
Yeah, that's a loss on that play.
Carter Vinson darted through the linebacker. He snuffed that out in an instant to bring up a very tough 4th and 5. He was not fooled in the least. Saw that one coming all the way, knifed in, was able to wrap up Johnson, and now with under 5 minutes to go, Shacker and the Astoria offense will try to come up with a play to get on the scoreboard. Shacker's going to roll out and backwards pitch it. Trick play is not going to get handled. Gore can't get on it. And Stayton is going to recover on a busted play at about the 25-yard line. They were trying to hit the double reverse, and it bounces off of Gore's hands and then just goes backwards, and Gore trying to snatch it up and still make something happen on 4th down. You know, the old idea is, if you fall on it there, it's a dead play, so try to pick it up and make something happen. I see what Gore's trying to do, and I understand it, and I can't fault him for it, because if you fall on it, it's a dead play. If you pick it up and make something miraculous happen, you're a hero.
Yep.
One of the other is going to happen. Instead,
the other happened.
The other happened. Eagles recover it, so they'll take possession and put an end to a great Astoria drive. And with 4.5 to go, the Eagles run up the middle and find some space. That's the big fullback, Fred, finding at least 16 yards there.
All the way up to about the 40.
The announcer's booth is going to give him 13 on that one, so Stayton Eagles continue to grind away with that running game. And the Fishermen continuing to stick with the 2 linebacker setup. Not sure if they just don't have another guy they feel like they can step in at linebacker and plug that hole, or if they're trying to fool the Eagles into confusing which one of the 5, whether it's 33 or Gore, is the extra linebacker coming in from the safety position. Gore a little too far back as this one comes in under center, so it's going to be 33 playing the extra linebacker spot. And it's going to be Kerrigan once again shaken free for another 15 yards. Kerrigan sneaks free, and we're not keeping accurate stats up here by any means, but Kerrigan's got well over 100 yards by now after the 30-30 run and the 70-yard run he had in the first quarter.
Yep, he's got
70 yards worth of runs. He's definitely up over 100 tonight for sure. And the Eagles continue to just grind away on the Fishermen here. 20-0. The Fishermen on the move. Had first and goal. Couldn't come away with a play. Turn it over. And now the Eagles moving the ball again across the 50-yard line. They set up on the 45. And under center, Hughes takes the snap. Fred gets the ball. No, pitches it out to Kerrigan. And Kerrigan this time gets hammered for about a 7-yard loss. 7-yard gain, excuse me. They had the up back. They fooled me. Fred was the fullback. They tried to fake the handoff up the middle, and instead Hughes holds it and pitches it out. Fishermen make a couple of defensive adjustments, and now with 2:40 to go, 20-0. The Fishermen trailing in this one and struggling against the Stayton Eagles. Next contest for both teams, it's going to be St. Helens for the Stayton Eagles. For the Fishermen, it will be on the road finally.
We get to do a road trip, Rob.
Yeah, on the road to the Dells.
Join us at 7 o'clock.
And Kerrigan once again up the middle. It's going to be a first down as he sneaks out another 10 yards or better. And the sticks will once again move. The Eagles in no hurry to get another play in. They're going to huddle up and take all of the clock they can. 3 timeouts for both teams. We'll see if Rube burns them or if he relinquishes down 20-0. Burning your timeouts, it's kind of a moot point.
It sure is.
If it's a 1-score game, you certainly start pulling them. But a 3-score game, you might leave them in the bag.
Yep.
Eagles under center one more time. Fishermen this time stack up the middle, blitz it in, and finally getting into the backfield for some penetration is the Fishermen, but Kerrigan sneaks out of the tackles and scampers upfield for 7 more yards. He is a tough load to bring down, and he's not really huge by any means. Kerrigan listed at 6 foot 205, but he is slippery.
He is, yeah. And he's got the knees to hold all the players on his back, and he seems to be doing that.
He's got a good first quick step and a good second step once he gets his foot in the ground and steps away from a tackle. Fisherman just cannot quite get a hold of him. A minute to go. Under center once again the Eagles. This time quarterback keeper, as he cuts up on the option, he's going to head towards the sideline and get chased out of bounds at the 5-yard line.
He's going to be inside the 3 there. See where they mark it.
Eagles, with now under a minute to go, will have a first and goal situation after the big run from the quarterback Hughes.
You're going to mark it at the 4.
At the 4, all right. Might rely on you for these end zone calls. It's in your window, not mine.
Exactly. That's why I got quiet on the last side, the other side of the field. It's hard to see through a wall.
Our press box allows us some pretty good views, but there are a few that they're just slightly blocked.
Quarterback goes in, shotgun, and
Eagles let the... Oh, he's out of bounds, so the clock doesn't stop, but the forward push.
Number 9 launches over the top. That's Fred again.
Yep, that is the fullback, Wyatt Fred.
Points.
They're going to punch it right up the middle with the fullback and get free for the touchdown. So the Eagles will put another 6 on the board here late with just 48 seconds to go. That looks like they'll line up to kick as well. That Eagle, Carter Vinson. Heard his name quite a bit on defense. Lines up to kick this one, and snap is up, good, and
it's good.
It's good.
That's going to be 27-0.
The Eagles will add 7 with the touchdown and the extra point. And the Fishermen struggling in this one to find the end zone. They've had a couple of really good drives, and I can't necessarily say they shot themselves in the foot, but maybe Coach Rube pulled a trick play out of the bag a little too early in the season. You know, I mean, those are those plays. We talked about it in the pregame a little bit. Special teams, trick plays, specialty plays. You know, the first couple of weeks, you don't really get a chance to practice those. And like you said, with that week 0 contest, you're talking about 2 weeks of football.
Yep.
Then they play a game.
Yep.
And that's it.
Exactly.
When you had it the other way, you had 2 weeks. You played a jamboree, which was a glorified practice against a few other teams. You played a half. You switched halves. You practiced things. Coaches didn't really compete to score. They competed to practice. You know, show you looks and what they come out in a 3-receiver set. We want to set up this way. If they do this, we want to do this. It's a teaching tool. The jamboree is. So then you do your jamboree. You get another week of practice. You play your first game after 3 weeks. You'd play your second game after 4 weeks of practice. And here we are, 3 weeks. Second game, we're in. We're good. We're rolling. And so those specialty plays, the trick plays, the special teams plays don't always get a lot of practice early in the season, and the Fishermen, unfortunately, there couldn't execute one on the goal line, turn the ball over, and the Eagles, who have, I would say, perfected their running game.
I'd say they got it figured out for sure.
Are having a good one tonight.
And defense, the turnovers that they've been able to come up with have been huge for this game.
A couple of tip pass interceptions. Here comes the kickoff. It is low and short and handled at the 16, and coming up on the sideline is Johnson, who twirls and spins up to the 35.
Great return.
Avoids a tackle, takes a spin. Nice little twirl there at the end to stay inbounds and stay in the field of play and try to stay alive. He'll stay up to at least the 35, where finally contact brings him down. So with 41 seconds to go in the game, we'll see what the Fishermen do here, if they decide to air it out or stay on the ground and try to clock it. The Eagles will play with one linebacker, it looks like, and maybe two linebackers. I see a 44 and a 34 who have
got an extra man on the team.
There we go. There's the other defensive lineman. I thought maybe they were going in a 6 defensive back setup, thinking the Fishermen might try to air one out here. They did not. They're going to stay with a 3 linebacker setup, the 4-3, and the Fishermen will still line up with 4 wide receivers out. They're going to try to get something in the air. Shacker looks, comes out to his right. He's got on the sideline his receiver.
It's clean caught at the 41.
And it looks like that is a catch from Gentry Bratton. That'll be a short gain, about a 5-yard gain for the Fishermen, but it is on the sidelines and out of bounds. So 34 seconds remain, and the Fishermen will have a chance to do it again. Eagles come in today after winning 52-27 over Philomath. The Fishermen come in after falling to North Bend 20-17, and here in their second game, they run into the buzzsaw that is the running game of the Stayton Eagles. Fishermen look. Shacker calls for the ball. And with 4 wide receivers out, he's looking to his right. Aaron one deep, high, and into double coverage and out of bounds. And
don't know if you caught that, Rob. That was Alex Easterwood out take for the QB there on that play.
They've switched it. I did not catch that. Thank you, Bob.
No problem.
It looks like the Fishermen have decided to put in a couple of younger players, and Rube relinquishing to some youth to see what he's got on the team. And why not use this opportunity to get him in with some live bullets, as they say.
Exactly. Get some pressure against a great team and see what happens.
Fishermen on offense, lined up once again.
Ooh, snap almost got away from him on that one.
He gets a low snap, hands it off, and the running back is going to give it about 2 yards on the play.
Silas Yates.
Easterwood, a good job there of catching that one. It came in low right around the knees, and he was able to get it, still get the handoff up. That's the tough spot. When sometimes those snaps come in low, it screws up the timing between the running back and the quarterback and the handoff. They were still able to execute and come away with positive yards. Quarterback looks to throw. He's going to air one out as the buzzer sounds, and into coverage, intercepted, and not dead yet. No, now it is. Okay, so there it is at the 35-yard line. The ball will be down, and that will do it. We're going to take a quick timeout, wrap this one up. The Fishermen fall 27-0 here at CMH Field on ESPN 106.3.
Be ready for your future with Clatsop Community College. Take college-level classes at CCC while still in high school and transfer them to a university when you're ready. Or take technical education classes to develop your skills to be prepared for in-demand jobs in the region. Clatsop Community College can help you be ready for your future. Contact the admissions office or check out clatsopcc.edu for more information on all the programs and transfer options available. Start here, go anywhere with Clatsop Community College.
Joe's Joe's Mobile. Fuel, diesel, groceries, snacks, beer, propane, hunting and fishing licenses, firewood, and so much more. 1701 Marine Drive in Astoria. Coming in, going out, or passing through Astoria, Joe's Mobile is your one stop where the people are friendly and the store is stocked with everything you need. All debit, EBT, and credit accepted. Joe's Mobile. Mobile Synergy fuel and diesel. Pump your own 24 hours a day at Joe's Mobile. Wait for it.
At Joe's Mobile.
Are you currently in the market for a new car, truck, or SUV? Then look no further than Dane Gouge's Astoria Ford. With hundreds of makes and models to choose from, you're bound to find something you want, including the Ford F-150, best-selling truck in America, 47 years running. Stop by Dane Gouge's Astoria Ford today and take a test drive and find that new vehicle you have always wanted. Whether you're buying, selling, or trading, you always get the best deal at Dane Gouge's Astoria Ford, 1809 Ensign Lane across from Costco Gas, or visit them online at AstoriaFord.net.
Marathon season is just around the corner, so quit running errands and start running for fun with North Coast Runners in Astoria. Stop in for nutrition on the go, info on local running groups, recommendations on where to run on the North Coast, and of course, all the gear you need, including being your Lululemon destination on the coast. Whether you're in Seaside, Napa, Astoria, Warrenton, or anywhere in between, North Coast Runners supports student athletes with available discounts. Check out northcoastrunners.com for more. Lace up and don't stop.
Hungry? Thirsty? Craving something delicious? Get to the Peter Pan Market and Deli in Astoria. They've got your cravings covered, from fresh sandwiches and salads to gourmet coffee and snacks. The deli is stocked with hand-picked ingredients, ensuring the highest quality in every bite. Need groceries? You're covered there too, with a wide selection of necessities and locally sourced products. The Peter Pan Market and Deli at 712 Niagara Avenue in Astoria. Visit online at peterpantogo.com for online ordering options. Taste the difference at Peter Pan Market and Deli.
Seaside Outlets, over 100,000 square feet of savings and shopping. Great food for every member of your family. Featuring great names in retail like Nike, Eddie Bauer, Pendleton, Bath & Body Works, Rack Room Shoes, Rue 21, and Carter's. And it's all just a few blocks from the beach. Plus, there's no sales tax.
Seaside Outlets, 1111 North Roosevelt Highway 101 and 12th Avenue. Visit seasideoutlets.com.
This is ESPN Radio on KKOR AM 1230 and 106.3 K2464BV, Astoria, Warrenton, Seaside. This is ESPN Radio.
Welcome back here to CMH Field. The Fishermen fall in this one 27-0 in their second game and a non-league contest. For the Stayton Eagles, they will improve to 2-0 on the season as they next get ready to face off against the St. Helens Lions. That game coming up on the 19th, so they'll have a little bit of a break before they have to do that. For the Fishermen, their next game next week, it's going to be on the road as Bob and I hit the old dusty trail to the Dells.
That's right. We like that place, and they got some good food there.
They do have some good food there, so
yeah.
We'll hopefully get a chance to enjoy that. The Riverhawks and Fishermen square off on the road next week. Of course, 7 o'clock kickoff unless otherwise notified. You can always catch the Rube Report Friday nights before the contest right here on ESPN 106.3.
And, you know, what's new about this is our first road game. If you can't listen locally and you want to catch it, we got our YouTube channel, and we're streaming the whole game.
That's exactly right. So make sure you log on. We'll follow us on Facebook or YouTube. Make sure you click that like and subscribe. I feel dirty saying that.
I know, isn't that weird?
Like and subscribe, and of course you'll get the updates. We hope to be able to do that for you for the entirety of the season, football, basketball, and on into softball as well. So give you a chance to catch up there and follow along and follow Astoria High Fighting Fishermen football on ESPN 106.3 and live on YouTube with us at our YouTube channel. Thanks for tuning in. Congratulations to the dance team, back-to-back championships and getting their rings this evening. Thanks again to Coach Madsen and the girls for checking in at pregame and halftime and chatting with us. Always a big chance to talk to Astoria alum and students, and we love to take those opportunities and put them on the air and pump them up, talk about all the great things they're doing, and we hope to do more of that as the season progresses. Next week, it'll be Bob and I from the Dalles as the Fishermen take on the Riverhawks. 7 o'clock kickoff. Tune in and catch it right here on ESPN 106.3.
Be ready for your future with Clatsop Community College. Take college-level classes at CCC while still in high school and transfer them to a university when you're ready. Or take technical education classes to develop your skills to be prepared for in-demand jobs in the region. Clatsop Community College can help you be ready for your future. Contact the admissions office or check out clatsopcc.edu for more information on all the programs and transfer options available. Start here, go anywhere with Clatsop Community College.
Joe's Mobile. Fuel, diesel, groceries, snacks, beer, propane, hunting and fishing licenses, firewood, and so much more. 1701 Marine Drive in Astoria. Coming in, going out, or passing through Astoria. Joe's Mobile is your one stop where the people are friendly and the store is stocked with everything you need. All debit, EBT, and credit accepted. Joe's Mobile. Mobile Synergy fuel and diesel. Pump your own 24 hours a day at Joe's Mobile. Wait for it.
At Joe's Mobile.
Hi, folks. These sports teams that we follow pride themselves on a long tradition of excellence. The same goes for the place you choose for your home loan. Northwest Lending Group is one of the longest continually operating mortgage lenders in Clatsop County. We've been here over 20 years. I invite you to give us a try. Let us show you how we've earned over 98% customer satisfaction rating. Find us at 1227 Commercial Street in Astoria, by phone at 503-325-4116, or apply online at nwlendinggroup.com.
Northwest Lending Group is an equal housing lender. NMLS 1469420, ML2891.
Hi, I'm Renee, contractor and owner of Lucky Duck LLC. Since 2011, we've provided Clatsop and Pacific counties with professional HVAC duct cleaning and dryer vent system cleaning. Residential and commercial customers, call me 503-717-2231.
Lucky Duct with a T, LLC. Your HVAC contractors. Clatsop and Pacific counties. Residential and commercial. Trained and professional technicians. Visit us online. Lucky Duct with a T, LLC.
Are you currently in the market for a new car, truck, or SUV? Then look no further than Dane Gouge's Astoria Ford. With hundreds of makes and models to choose from, you're bound to find something you want, including the Ford F-150, best-selling truck in America, 47 years running. Stop by Dane Gouge's Astoria Ford today and take a test drive and find that new vehicle you have always wanted. Whether you're buying, selling, or trading, you always get the best deal at Dane Gouge's Astoria Ford, 1809 Ensign Lane across from Costco Gas, or visit them online at AstoriaFord.net.
Hungry? Thirsty? Craving something delicious? Get to the Peter Pan Market and Deli in Astoria. They've got your cravings covered, from fresh sandwiches and salads to gourmet coffee and snacks. The deli is stocked with hand-picked ingredients, ensuring the highest quality in every bite. Need groceries? You're covered there too, with a wide selection of necessities and locally sourced products. The Peter Pan Market and Deli at 712 Niagara Avenue in Astoria. Visit online at peterpantogo.com for online ordering options. Taste the difference at Peter Pan Market and Deli.
This broadcast on 106.3 ESPN Radio was brought to you locally by Peter Pan Market and Deli, Astoria Ford, Joe's Mobile, the Seaside Outlets, Northwest Lending Group, Clatsop Community College, Lucky Duct HVAC and Dryer Duct Cleaning, and North Coast Runner Supply. You're tuned in to ESPN Radio on 106.